Hey, all right, welcome to the Tuesday show. Yeah, it's been a little bit of time, and I'm sorry that I'm late, but it took me an hour and 15 minutes to get here. It's a 20-minute drive.
Fun.
Cool, sometimes traffic is for the worst. Anyway, I'm Ultra David.
And I'm James Chen, and I do apologize. I guess for some reason my topics are not showing up on my screen. My text down here is not showing up, and I don't know why. It might just be the plugin on the XSplit is like screwed up or something, you know. How it goes.
Could be, but we'll talk about tournaments. Let's see what we got. Tournaments. And we'll talk about more tournaments than Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. And a lot about that one.
And then fighting game news and fighting game news.
Well, there's a lot of that as well.
Oh, yeah, there's been a lot of stuff that's been...
There's basically just a ton of stuff because we haven't been here in a little while, and it's been a particularly busy couple of weeks. You know? So...
Yes.
Well, let's start off with tournaments.
All right.
Weeks. You know? So...
Just make sure this is paused. I'm getting echoes here. But there have been a lot of tournaments in like the past week and a half, 2 weeks and a half. You want to do it in most recent order, or do you want to do it from oldest tournament? How do you want to do it?
Yeah, let's do it in most recent.
Okay.
Let's start off with SCR.
So let's talk about Southern California Regionals results. This happened just this past weekend here in Anaheim, California. A lot of craziness going there. First true big Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite premiere event, which was part of Battle of the Stones.
What is the name they use for that? Is it a premiere?
It's a Battle for the Stones style.
Okay, it's a Battle for the Stones.
I guess.
It's a Battle for the Stones. It's
yeah,
part of the battles. One of the battles. In any case, yeah, it was, as you said, the first premiere or Battle for the Stones tournament.
Right.
But also, a lot of other good stuff happened as well. And Jimmy and I both went. It was cool. What are your thoughts on the tournament?
I thought it went really well. I mean, I told Jimmy Wynn, one of the organizers, afterwards, I don't like the dark lighting. I like tournaments that are a little bit brighter, but I thought it was overall really nicely done, especially after the last 2 years. Previous year being at the esports arena, the previous year before that was in the middle of nowhere in Ontario, and so I felt like this one was really a step up from everything. I even saw a tweet from someone, because I know in the past 2 years of SCR, the anime community has always felt like they've been really screwed over badly by the event and the organizers. And I saw a tweet from someone who actually said, "Thank you, Vi. This time it was very different. The anime community was treated great. We had a great time, and it went great." So, hopefully, SCR can work its way and trying to build itself back up to that kind of true premier status.
Yeah, I do think it was a little bit underattended. And as you said, I think that's because the last couple of years have not been their best. But from my perspective, this year went great. I mean, I wasn't playing in the tournament, but I had a good time. I saw a lot of people. That was great. I don't mind the dark lighting myself. However, my major critique was the constant dance music.
God, yeah.
And not even like contemporary dance music. It was like early 1990s dance music and then like late 90s techno. And I'm actually a big fiend for late 90s techno.
Oh, really? Oh,
yes.
Okay.
As somebody who, in the early zeros in the East Bay, went to underground raves, I am. However, when the tournament was over, and it was like 11:30 at night, and I had just commentated for all that time, and we're packing up to go, and basically, I'm tired and my head's pounding. I didn't also need the speakers to pound.
Dude, it was so loud during cleanups time.
Yes, during cleanup time. So that's it. I mean, obviously, whatever. It's not that big of a deal.
Dude, but you know what? Like, I literally walked up to, like, Jimmy. I was like, "Can we kill the music, please?" He's like, "Tell those guys." I walked right over there, and I just looked at the guys like, "Can I request to kill the music, please?" And he did kill the music. And I was
nice.
Like,
that was you, huh? Okay,
I was the one who got the music killed, yes.
Good work,
it was
man.
really driving me nuts.
If it had been maybe some happy hardcore or something like that, but, it was just regular old mainstream techno, and I'm not so into. Anyway, so I definitely like the event much more than the last couple of years.
I mean, it definitely was smaller. Not that many people had entered. I know the numbers were probably much down lower than what Vi was hoping for and everything. But, I felt like it was a good step back up. And it wasn't perfect. Obviously, there's flaws. I was talking to Coach Steve about this. He was saying like the Pokken event ran late, and Sunday was like 2 hours late throughout the whole entire day. There's definitely issues here and there, but I felt like they're kind of on the right track to try to swing things back around.
For sure. And they're very capable people, so I'm sure next year will be even better. Video game time, talking about the results and so forth?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that.
Right. So, Southern California Regionals.
Premiere for Street Fighter V as well, of course, and for Tekken, what do they call it? Masters something? Series?
Tekken World. Yeah. Okay, so...
And actually, it was not on the Injustice Pro series, which is now over, but NRS did extend money to SCR as if it were.
Right. They basically were just like, we're sorry, we scheduled before you, we're not trying to kill your attendance or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they actually offered a good prize pool for SCR, so shout outs to them.
For sure.
So Injustice had a lot of the top players here and a great turnout. So that was
you got it.
Super cool. So top 8 in Street Fighter V. Just want to point out, in 17th place, CJ Truth, Ludovic, Haitani, and Punk.
Punk, Haitani, yeah, Lud, dang, Kava, K-Brad,
Danny Fans,
F-Champ,
yeah.
That could have definitely been in the top 8, but it was not.
But top 8 was a CKD Javi Rog with Balrog and Commander Jesse with Dulcim.
Yeah.
5th place was G Fuel Verloren with Cammy and Rise Smug with Balrog. 4th place was Rise Meta RD with Birdie. 3rd place Sonic Boxes JB with Rashid. 2nd place, Devil R NL with Cammy. 1st place, Udeal Yukadon with Ibuki.
All right. Yeah, it was a good one. All of those guys played fantastically well.
Yeah.
In particular, I loved Yukadon's ground game and his ability to do that while paying attention to anti-airs. I thought was really impressive.
Yeah. But, I mean, for me, MVP, Mena RD. I love seeing him continue to basically do really, really well. And honestly, like I mentioned this during commentary, but Mena RD, the first time I really felt like he was in that league was at SCR last year, because I remember he was beating a lot of people there. And then just in the past year, he has just been on fire. He's been killing it. So absolutely, I'm just really happy to see him get this high. And even after he lost, to be eliminated, you can see the disappointment on his face, getting 4th place at a ridiculous premiere.
Sure.
So.
Also, very happy for JB, who's this is his highest placing at a premier event. He has not been competing for very long. And the period of time between which he was just like, sometimes he'd get top 8 at NLBC, and now he's 3rd place at SoCal Regionals, was like very small.
Right. Yeah,
very short. So expect big things from that guy, I'm sure, in the near future.
And then, of course, CKD, Javi Rog, good job to him from Mexico, getting 7th, getting top 8 in this. I mean, look, in 9th through 13th, we have XSK Samurai, Jay Wong, 801 Strider, Save from Korea, Alex Myers, Momochi, Chris CCH, and PR Balrog. Like, Javi Rog outdid all of those players and pretty much probably had the highlight of the entire tournament on the closeout Friday night.
Yeah.
With the 28 seconds left on the clock. Turnaround punch, 50% damage, kill on LPN.
Final tap. Yeah, he's been holding it the entire round.
Just all of a sudden, you saw Bison land, and he was like, let me touch a button.
Yeah.
Balrog turned around, and I was like, he's going to get hit with turnaround punch, and then he died.
He sure did. He got melted. I like the turnaround punch is good, because it's never been that good. It's been okay sometimes, but it's never been like that. Not since Hyper Fighting have I actually seen it used often in neutral. So I think that's really cool.
I think it's a little too good.
Yeah, maybe not 50% life, but you have to pay attention to which buttons the Boxer player is not hitting. Right? I mean, that's the name of the game. So playing against Boxer is not just you're playing your normal games. It's also which. Is he not doing jab dash punch? Is he not pressing stand roundhouse? Is he not anti-airing with medium? You got to pay attention to what he's doing. Not easy to do, of course. But anyway, I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out to Jesse for again making the top 8.
But I mean, someone brought up this question. I think it might have been GTO Kira in the chat. But does it feel like the dominance of North America is fading now? Because I mean, with this and a couple of other events, for sure, Japan has been beating U.S. again. Do you think that it's shifting? My response initially was, it's just the way it's falling in place right now. I don't think there's really any shift. I don't think there's anything to be taken out of like patterns or any sort of signs just yet. So,
well, I thought that Punk was the best player in the world for some time. I did not think that the U.S. was like on an equal footing overall with Japan. Thought it was closer than it's like ever been, probably, but not equal. So I'm not surprised. Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
that much.
exactly. So there you go.
Sometimes you're gonna get 17th place, which Punk did. That's very rare. If anybody wants to bet against me that he'll make top 9th or above at the next premiere, you let me know.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you too, it's just like. This is why I keep saying, like, if people are saying people are only playing Street Fighter for money, then they really should go to another game like Injustice. The problem really is just, like, Street Fighter just has way too many damn good players right now.
Sure does. There's a ton.
Not saying that Injustice top players aren't good. They're all super good. It's just that there's just, quantity-wise, not as many of them. So you can be more consistent at those events, you know?
So. I think Punk got the same placing in Marvel that he did in Street Fighter.
Did he really?
He got top 32 at least,
Nice.
and I think he won at least once while he was in there.
Nice.
We'll talk about that shortly.
I mean, Punk lost to Mena RD, and then he got eliminated by Alex Myers off stream. So he's losing to good players. It's not like he's just losing to some schmucks. You know what I mean? So
for sure.
But Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Oh boy, what a tournament! What a tournament! 7th place was Forts Cloud 805 with Soul Zero Dante. Rise Marn with Power Zero Dante. 5th place was Coach Steve with Reality Spencer Nova. And Jabril was Reality Hager Thanos. This is interesting reading for the first time, having the character.
I don't like the gem in the front.
Yeah, I know.
That seems wrong to me.
Richard Wynn was Dante Dormammu Soul. Takewa in 3rd place, Ghost Rider Nova Reality. Sack Tap in 2nd place with Nemesis Hager with Reality, as well as Arthur Thanos Time. And 1st place, Splice F Chance with Dormammu Ultron and Early Access. I mean, Space Stone.
Oh man, he had the actual Infinity Gauntlet, huh?
Yeah, he really did. He used that time stone. It was like in the movie, everything's going backwards. You know, he just like had the time in there. So
yeah. Well, I mean, he's not silent about that. You know what I mean? Like, he admits that obviously he played early. It's like not a big surprise. So it's not like some secret stuff.
Right.
Yeah, he was the best player.
Yeah.
Obviously.
He looked like he was the most comfortable with the game already.
For sure. He was making decisions that nobody else was making. Mm-hmm. He was doing punishes that nobody else was doing. His movement was different than everybody else's. Who beat him? Was it Richard? Or something?
Oh, put him into losers? Was Takewa.
Takewa
beat him and put him into losers, but then F-Champ came back in the top 8 and beat him 3-0.
Takewa is one of the NorCal guys who I'm sure has been playing with F-Champ, so that's not a big surprise.
Oh, yeah, that's probably true. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So,
but Sack Tap,
good stuff to F-Champ. He was obviously the best. Among everybody else, Sack Tap,
2nd place.
Yes, dude. So that team, Nemesis Hagar, is a team that I was gonna play. I'm playing it. And I thought that I was gonna be all sneaky about it because, like, who pays attention to Nemesis? I thought he was going to, go under the radar. And I had heard a couple people thought that Hagar was nerfed significantly. And so I was like, all right, these guys do what I want to do, and I think they're really good, and nobody's going to play it. And sure enough, Sacktap gets 2nd at the first premiere, Combo Fiend is also playing it, and Jan is also playing it. So...
It's not going to be a very hidden team.
Not exactly secret, but yeah, you could see it definitely has good stuff. And Sacktap played it really well. He certainly made a lot of great decisions. He was a good player in 3 too, but kind of limited by some character choices. And now he is doing better.
Yeah.
I love the Arthur too, by the way. When he was getting skunked by F-Champ in the grand finals, he switched over to Arthur and definitely did better.
Yeah, for sure.
I assume part of it is that F-Champ plays against Combo Fiend Nemesis Hagar, and he's just like more prepared than anybody else for that matchup. But I don't know.
But I mean, obviously, feels like the star, the MVP of the show was Richard Wynn in 4th place because a lot of people were expecting F-Champ to do really well, with the early access and everything like that. But Richard, who's an old school MvC3 player, old school Street Fighter 4 player, started around that time, along with Andy OCR and Warrock and all the Tatsu, all those guys. just came back, and he's a tech monster, and he basically was destroying a lot of people in there, and literally him versus F-Champ in top 8 was pretty much the match of the tournament.
Yes.
And especially that stupid comeback that Richard had
Ridiculous.
on F-Champ, where he was basically... One character was dead, second one drained down to this much, activated Soul Stone, and he came back and drained the entire bar of F-Champ's team.
It was wild. It was wild.
Crazy.
I really think F-Champ made some errors as he was coming in because he got dropped onto the conveyor belt a couple times and got hit by it. Mm-hmm. I don't know what he was doing there, but that was weird.
Well, one time he came in and I think he might have thought he was falling on one side. The other time he rolled, and I think he thought he was going to roll to the other side, and he was just not holding the right direction.
Okay.
But there was definitely some odd times that he got hit by the conveyor belt for sure. But I mentioned, like, I felt like that was pretty much like the grand finals at that point in time. You know, like, sorry, I didn't, like, I know it's just like one of those things where you see someone be like, dude, Yipes is my favorite commentator, and I'm like, why do you hate me so much? You know, like, it's like, yeah, okay, I apologize about that. I worded it very poorly.
Oh, your tweet?
Yeah, my tweet. So it wasn't the intention to talk down about Sack Tap or Take Well. But I always feel like it, now I've learned, if you ever write a tweet that says no disrespect to, then that automatically makes it disrespect.
You can't say no disrespect and have it work. It doesn't
yeah,
work.
It just doesn't work.
It's
it
not
doesn't
a thing.
work. So I'm never gonna. Yeah, I understand. I understand now.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, yeah, that was great. I hope that he continues playing and traveling, because for Richard, always one of the issues is that he kind of loses interest and doesn't really continue doing it. But
he tweeted out. I mean, he tweeted out. He's like, "That's it. I'm done," pretty much, because he can't travel, right? Because he can't afford it, really. He's like, unless I get a sponsor, wink, wink.
Okay.
But already, Justin Wong was like, Richard, contact me. Do you want to go to Capcom Cup? I mean, Canada Cup.
Canada Cup.
Do you want to go to Canada Cup? And so, I don't know, he might be part of Wong Nation at that point in time. Because even Justin, remember, Justin's not in this tournament because he stepped down because he felt like he had a week early access, so he didn't want to play it, right? He's definitely criticized people in the past for it, so that might have been a little bit of the motivation, you know. But regardless, you know, afterwards, even he was just like, man, I feel so bad for Richard. Like, he deserves the stone, you know, like all this stuff, and he was like, super good and all these things. So I was just like,
He never had to play against Sack Tap.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
It was really good. I loved watching Tekwa's Ghost Rider. There had been a lot of talk about Ghost Rider before this weekend, and I'm happy that somebody did it with him. That was very cool to see.
Right.
Coach Steve up there. I mean, Coach Steve did great at NLBC. Continues to do so. He won Summer Jam, something like that.
Did he?
In Marvel 3.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's cool. Jabril was up there too, another Hagar. He told me that he thinks that Hagar Thanos is superior to Hagar Nemesis. He thinks that that's the better variation of that idea. Okay, that's fine. Cloud 805 up there. Obviously a very strong Southern California player. And Marn got in there and basically got dunked.
Yep.
Basically what happened.
Didn't he play against F-Champ and just had like this look on his face like...
Yeah, he just didn't know. By the way, Punk got 9th.
Oh, you got 9th in that
9th
tournament.
place.
Dang, he placed higher in Marvel than he did in Street Fighter.
He may have gotten the same placing in Injustice that he did in Street Fighter. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's true.
That guy is way too freaking talented.
Marvel Infinite was awesome. The crowd was wild. It was definitely, in terms of hype, the highlight of the night. It was the biggest tournament that people were stuck around for. It was definitely Marvel.
It was Marvel, baby. Marvel. Yeah.
You know, people left afterward. It was late.
Yeah,
but also people were there for Marvel to see Marvel, and then when it was done, they hightailed it.
Right, the crowd was definitely much fun. Even the same thing happened on the chat too. The stream, the number of viewers dropped after Marvel had completed. So, but I mean, I totally get it. It's a brand new game. Everyone wanted to see how it turned out, and honestly, I feel like it was like one of the coolest showings that it possibly could have had.
100%.
And I actually am wondering to myself if that tournament alone is going to help increase sales of the game. But I mean, we'll talk about that a little bit because sales of the game is really So
okay,
but yeah,
let's move on to Tekken 7.
Tekken 7. 7th place was Excel Spiro Jin with Paul and Eddie and Bing Cheng. 5th place, Rixta with Akuma and Bob, and Circa Joey Fury with Jack 7. 4th place, NCSS Jimmy J Tran with Brian. 3rd place, R Kappa's John Ding with Lucky Chloe. 2nd place, Echo Fox Saint, Jack 7 and Eddie. First place, Echo Foxes, JDCR with Dragunov and Heihachi.
Yeah, a couple were not big surprises, but I thought it was very cool to see Rixta up in winner's side top 8.
Yeah.
That was great.
And then also JDCR had to battle his way all the way through losers to make it there. But then, yeah, he pretty much bodied Saint pretty badly in the finals. So.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Yeah.
It was cool to see John Ding out. That was really awesome, and obviously he did quite well. Third place was good, but it was definitely people from Korea and then the rest. So.
Yeah, but that's true for all the tournaments right now.
What are you gonna do?
So yeah, exactly. Injustice
really good to
2,
watch though. Okay.
7th place Flowchart with Red Hood and Robin. 7th place P&D Mads and Batman. Actually, can you talk to me about this?
What up?
I saw a tweet from Mads and say this was his last tournament.
I didn't know about that either until I saw that tweet.
Is that true, or is he just trolling? Or
I assume not trolling, but I don't know.
Okay, so you don't know any details on that then? Huh?
I have not talked to them.
I'd be ashamed if he stopped playing, to be honest with you. So, but 5th place PXP, a Foxy Grandpa with Deadshot and Captain Cold. 5th place ENX Biohazard with Bane and Harlequin. 4th place Circa Forever King, Batman and Deadshot. 3rd place Rogue Slayer with Black Adam, Catwoman, Supergirl, and Superman. 2nd place Noble Dragon with Black Adam and Dr. Fate. 1st place Echo Fox's Theo with Superman and Supergirl. So 2 SoCal guys representing up here.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That was very cool. I loved seeing Dr. Fate from Dragon. I think that makes a lot of sense for his character choices. He's a very safe character. He doesn't take big risks.
It might be a good place to go to after Aquaman was nerfed. You know?
Yeah. I'm not sure that Fate's better than Aquaman.
Right, exactly.
Whatever. I do think Fate's pretty good, and I thought that was very cool to see his Fate. Obviously, he's a counterpick type character because he gets busted sometimes too. But that was cool. I really enjoyed watching Forever King versus Madsen. The Batman mirror was super fun, actually. It can be really weird and wild, but and it was, I guess. Actually, there was a lot of weird stuff, but it was cool to watch. Biohazard did not lose a game before the top 8.
Really,
and he did it entirely with Bane, with the exception of playing against Deadshot, I believe, against Katana Prime. Everything else was Bane, and he got it. Unfortunately, then he went 0-2 in the top 8 itself.
Yeah, right, okay.
That's cool. Flowchart is a SoCal player who previously went by the name Shaolin, and very cool to see him up there too.
Okay.
But yeah, that'd be a bummer if we didn't see Madsen anymore. He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
He's a good player, and he is an awesome personality. He's just a really good personality to have around. Some of the best comebacks that I can think of so far in Injustice 2 were Madsen, and he popped off big time when he did it, and he was the guy who knocked the chair when he won.
He was the one who knocked it into Devil May Spy.
Exactly right. So, yeah, that would suck. I don't know what the deal is with that, though.
Man, yeah. Hopefully... look, everyone always says it, and it never comes true. Everyone comes back. PR Rod retired, right? So, we'll see. But, there's definitely more in that category that we'll talk about later on today, so...
Cool.
Blaze Blue Central Fiction, 7th place was Shotokan Burger McNasty with Noel and Nilf with 9. 5th place Method Flux with number 13. Totally avoiding that. And ZONG1 with Carl. 4th place was Nano with Izanami. 3rd place Breaker Dave with Arakune. 2nd place Jonah with Valkenhayn and Mai. And 1st place R Kappa's Ryusei with Carl.
Sick.
He was flown out here by R Kappa as well as him and John Ding. They wanted to bring those the Evo top 8 players out here.
Very cool to watch.
Under Night in Birth, 7th place Jonah with Enkidu and Pico Cat with Merkava. 5th place Yuki Berry with Phonon and KFL with Eltnam. 4th place also once again Shotokan Burger McNasty with Seth. And then Chris L in 3rd place with Phonon. 2nd place LPT with Byakuya. And 1st place Breaker Dave with Waldstein now. Sick. Of all characters. He uses the weirdest characters. It's never the same.
Yeah.
He has a flavor of the month. But apparently Breaker Dave and LPT honestly are still kings of Under Night here in SoCal.
Sweet.
Pokken DX, 7th place Mustafa with Garchomp. And Bolamar with Decidui, who I think that's the new character, right? That's the one that I think
kept up with it.
Coach Steve was telling me is hella broken.
Okay.
Hella broken. 5th place is UDL Weevil or Weevile.
Yes.
INSONG Obscure with Mewtwo. 4th place, SQ1 Slipping Bug with Caesar and Pikachu Libre. Hazard's Twixel in 3rd place with Chandelure. 2nd place, PG Coach Steve with Weavile, Pikachu, and Garchomp in 1st place. STDX, Alistair with Mewtwo and Suicune. Oh, God, I was actually told what STDX stands for. Like, they were saying it at the Toronto tournament. It was like something to die or something like that, but I can't remember what it is, so.
There you go.
Yep. Guilty Gear Rev 2. 7th place was, once again, Burger McNasty with Jacko. Vero with Slayer. 5th place, 8BR Viceroy with Axelo. And Toki with Axelo. 4th place, Hirsch with Venom. 3rd place, Dedusbaiku with Kai Kisk. 2nd place, 8BR Ultra Toast with Ramlethal. And 1st place, winning his first major ITS Beautiful Dude with Zato 1.
Sweet.
Super Turbo, 7th place was STR Kuropi with Old E Honda. And Killer Miller with E Honda.
Yeah, new Honda.
New Honda. I don't know why Kuropi was going with Old Honda versus Silent Scope. That was such a mistake. 5th place, Silent Scope with Cammy and Mr. Igloo with Balrog. 4th place, El Trouble Dulcim. 3rd place, Ultra Combo with Osaga, Vega, and Oken. 2nd place, Afro Legends, out of retirement with DJ and Balrog. In 1st place, Tomo Ryu. Tomo from Japan. He is the student who is visiting Southern California right now. He has lost to Afro Legends in 2 Wednesday night fights, grand finals in a row. To DJ and Balrog on different weeks, and so this was his first time that he has beat Afro Legends, and he was very happy. Very excited about that.
That's awesome.
Killer Instinct, 4th place was BXA Jackal with Gargos and Idol. DAA Chronicle with Shadow Jago, Gargos, Arya, and Jago. 2nd place PSGLV Emperor with Menzo with Rash, and 1st place Circa Nikki Fulgor Mira.
Nice.
King of Fighters 14, and for US with Terry Leona Clark, Billy Leona Clark. 3rd place, Automatic with Love Sylvie Banderas, as well as King Sylvie Banderas. 2nd place, Lightning, Robert Benimaru Iori, and Kyo Benimaru Iori. 1st place, Blackie with Kula King and Kim.
Cool.
And Beautiful Dude was also, and him and Manny Fresh were on the Final Fantasy NT Dissidia winning team.
Well. That's right.
Yeah,
so. I watched some of that. That seemed interesting. You commentated it. What do you think?
Yeah, I got to commentate that. I thought the game is very interesting. I like the team aspect of it, and I think that's the thing that's going to make it really kind of cool, because the characters have, like, there's the range characters, there's the fast characters, the mobile characters, and then there's the brawler characters, and like I feel like if you have a good team with good headsets and you can communicate each other like the other games, I think that actually offers a really cool twist to the fighting game genre.
With you. It seemed
basically.
Fun.
So I'm really into that, and of course, all of that is Final Fantasy, and so, like, I was just, like, spouting stupid Final Fantasy lore, like, during the entire time. So, like, they would go to, like, a background and be like, oh, yes, this is Cornelia. This is where everything began in Final Fantasy 1. We rescued Princess Sarah from Garland, and then they built the bridge, and then that's where you first heard the Final Fantasy theme song, and that's where all of Final Fantasy has begun.
There were a lot of names that you guys said on commentary that I had always pronounced differently in my head.
Oh, yeah?
I guess I've been pronouncing wrong.
Oh, I'm going to guess one of them is Titus.
Definitely Titus.
Okay.
Yes.
Me and Jeremy and Ringe were all talking, because that's one of the most controversial ones.
Oh, yeah?
Is it Titus or Titus? Because they never say in game, right? And there's definitely camps that argue it. I have always been in the Titus camp. But then, the very first time they had a Final Fantasy concert here in the United States at the Disney, the Disney Music Hall, the voice actor came out, was like, blah, 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 I'm the voice of Titus. And I was like, damn it!
Dang, that's the nail on the coffin.
Yeah, he was like, I'm the voice of Titus, and we were like, me and my brother, we would call him Titus, and we were just like, fuck.
That's cool, man.
Oh, man, so yeah, I think it is Titus, unfortunately. But yeah, that was SoCal Regionals. Where do you want to go to next, man?
Let's go to CEOtaku. That also happened this weekend.
CEOtaku this weekend. Oh, they actually say his name in Kingdom Hearts as Titus as well.
Bummer.
Yeah, I know, bummer, right? Okay, a lot of games here at CEOtaku. Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2, the the showcase for the tournament. No Cammy was in 7th with Zato 1, as well as Excel Bjorn, Son of Bear, with Chip Zanuff, of course. 5th place, TGQ Zenzen with Kai Kisk, and Fu with Kume Hyun. 4th place, PG Marlin Pie with Zato 1. 3rd place, R Kappa Kadako with May. 2nd place, Wong Nation, Lost Soul with Elfelt. 1st place, Taka with Slayer. Dang. Okay, Slayer beating out an Elfelt, a Zato 1. Nice, good job. Blaze Blue, Central Fiction. 7th place was Greek Ascended Dust with Bang. Tectal East Side with number 12. 5th place was Beta Dude with Ragna and Eshi with Amane. 4th place, PAG Grover with Carl. 3rd place, PG SKD with Izayoi, and he's been winning all of the Blaze Blue tournaments. But we had 2 guests from Japan coming out here. 2nd place, R Kappa's Dora Bang with Bang and number 12. And 1st place, PNS Garadeo with Lychee, and him and Dora apparently had another epic grand finals in a rematch from EVO. That was the 2nd, 3rd place match. That was losers finals from EVO. And I heard that match was pretty intense, but Garadeo ends up taking it.
Got to go back and watch that.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I want to watch that really well, a lot too. I actually want to go back and watch all these Unist matches too.
Oh yeah, cool.
From SoCal and CEOtaku, because I just want to see what the game looks like right now. 7th place was Lolly Maiko with Batista and Klim with Phonon. 5th place was the Sub Rosian with Batista and Tensei with Eltnum. Trill in 4th place with Chaos. Dunpa in 3rd place with Hilda. 2nd place, Delari Jail Cell Squish with Akatsuki. And 1st place, Infinity with Hyde.
All right.
Okay. And then there was a Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite tournament there as well.
There was.
7th place, Green Ace with Ultron Dante, the Realities Gem. Mike J with Firebrand, Dormammu, Space Gem. 5th place, Marvello, Strider Hear You, Ultron, Reality, Soap, Gamora, Jeddah, Space. 4th place, Keats, Thor, Dante, Power Stone. That's like the first Power Stone that we've seen place high, right? And then 3rd place, Shaw with Dormammu, Ultron, Space. 2nd place, Reactive GG Law KOF with Dante, Thanos, and Reality and Space Gem. So he's altered between. And 1st place, Echo Fox, Sonic Fox with Jeddah, Rocket Raccoon, and the Time Gem.
So last weekend, Sonic Fox won $120,000 at Injustice, right? Injustice Pro Series. So he was definitely playing that game, right? Mm-hmm. And then in like the space of 1 week, he's now the best Marvel Infinite player. Cool.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he's a
like it's not like he was playing that game early. Marvel Infinite. He was definitely training Injustice to win that big tournament, which we'll talk about. And then immediately after, it's crazy.
I mean, this game fits him a lot more, I feel like, than Street Fighter V.
Oh, yeah.
Let's put it that way. So I feel like that this game is... Like he gets Labic, come up with all these crazy tech. He has all these great lockdown mechanics in the corner already.
Yeah, I mean, he's been playing Marvel 2 for the last 5 years.
Right. Yeah, I know, in Skullgirls.
Called Skullgirls.
Yeah, exactly.
So that makes total sense to me.
Yeah,
exactly. It fits super well with what he likes to do. Yeah. He has excellent neutral and excellent pressure, and he doesn't let you play if he's doing what he wants to do, and that's exactly how he played.
I need to watch that Keats, dude. I need to watch that Thor.
I did. It was literally my mix-up. You know the one where like Thor does the forced either you ground or you have to up-tech? I don't think anybody up-teched.
Oh,
I don't think anybody knows about it.
Okay.
But it was basically that into the forward fierce, and then the overhead special or the low special. That was the game. And he would just do like random $1 million a lot with Dante, and then here comes Thor, overhead or low special. It's just very oppressive, But it was definitely point Dante, and then Thor was the mix-up man.
Right.
So it was cool to watch. Shout-outs to Keats. He's a good video game player.
Yeah. He's also adapts really fast.
He's a fast learner.
Super fast.
He makes good decisions a lot of the time. He's former top 8 at EVO.
You found out that everybody... You saw that one of the tech videos that I put up, that reel can be universally done by every character. If you do a launch into direct spike like if you just launch into air combo finisher and do the dud jump, I'm sorry, the super hop.
Whatever.
Yeah, I've been calling it dud jump just by reaction right now. But like if you do that, you don't go anywhere, so you stay ground. But if you don't chain into the air combo finisher, it causes that reel.
Weird.
If you hit raw with that move, it bounces them off the floor and they're totally can block. But only if you launch and go straight into it, you force them into that. So if you do this long combo like on conveyor belt and the scaling is high and you're in the corner, you can just do launch, put them to the ground,
Monkey.
and then they go into that reel and you can put them into that mix-up right away. Like every character can do it. As long as you haven't used an air combo finisher earlier in the combo. If it's the first time, then you can put everybody in there. And if they're not holding up on the controller, that's it. Mix-up time. So it's really interesting. So
that's cool. But yeah, as far as power goes, he was using it really well. He just if he didn't want to take Dante's side-to-side teleport mix-ups from his opponent, he was just like, "Here's Power Stone," and bam, get out of here.
Because it doesn't matter what he does. It's side ignoring, right?
Exactly. And it comes out very quickly, and it has a great hitbox. As far as I can tell, the purple stuff doesn't have a hurt box in it.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I can tell.
So Yipes he basically calls it commando in your hand, basically. So it's like calling commando, and it's just like power, like Psylocke, basically. So I think Kane Blue River's in the chat. I think he won a tournament.
He sure did.
In South America, in SoAmer as well. So
yeah, down in SoAm. Yep. Yeah. Anyway, so it was a good tournament. I was impressed by the Firebrand who was in there. Scroll up a little bit. What was the dude's name? Mike J. He was the first guy I had seen use Firebrand. Yeah, but he looks like a good character. Not that I thought he wasn't. I just hadn't seen anybody play him yet. So I thought that was
man. If everyone comes up to me and was like, you know what, Marvel looks ugly, or I don't like the roster, or the voice acting sucks, I'll just be like, yep. But look, we'll talk about this in a little bit.
Yes, we will.
But Melty Blood, actress again, current code. There's a lot of tournaments here. I'm just going to do the top 4 for these.
You got it.
It's going to be Pluot with F. Ansi, Akiha Tono, and C. Satsuki Yumiduka. Third place, Greats with F. Archetype Earth. Second place, Multi Bleed with C. Aoko Aozaki, and first place Scrot Vermilion with C. Scion Eltnum Altasia and C. Scion Tatari. Whew! Top 4 for Puyo Puyo Tetris. Sensei in 4th place. Steelix 100 in 3rd place. 2nd place Wumbo, and 1st place DDR Dan. And I do believe all the tournaments now for this game have officially been swap mode.
That makes sense.
Because before you can actually just pick one and just play against each other, but they want people to be good at both, so they're forcing swap mode. So Arcana 3 Heart 3 Love Max. 4th place Purify WS with Sin Fiona. 3rd place Mr. 2 with Holy Wind Way. 2nd place DDR Dan with Nature Charlotte Crot, and 1st place No Friends Frosty Bolt with TYR Nazana. So I'm sorry, look, I don't know the characters in this game, so I apologize. Accent Core Plus R Guilty Gear top 4 Mike Z with Potemkin.
Sick.
3rd place Drunken Chicken with Faust. 2nd place Taka with Anji, and 1st place R Kappa Kadako with May.
Nice work.
Second, Skullgirls, 2nd Encore. 4th place, Rabble Flaggers with Beowulf and Big Band. 3rd place, Swift Fox Dash with Peacock and Cerebella. 2nd place, CR to Kill Sage with Beowulf, Cerebella, Big Band. And 1st place, Echo Fox, Sonic Fox, Philia, Double Fuqua, Parasol, Cerebella, Double, and also Solo Fuqua.
Dang.
Gundam Versus, 4th place, Wasama de Amigo HD Kieran. Third place, Airco Zerp. Nice. Okay. 2nd place, The Biter Beta Dude. And 1st place was Lukewarm Holiday Ace Cube. Catherine, 4th place was Meister Sketches. 3rd place was Jordy. And 2nd place was Dacid Bro. And 1st place was Shaz. Chaos Code New Sign of Catastrophe. 4th place Greats with Kagari. 3rd Tenryu with Cerebus. 2nd place Ayo It's Dave with Bravo. And 1st place Abigail with Bravo. I didn't know Abigail was even out here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Dengeki Bunko Fighting Climax Ignition. 4th place Moo Master with Shizua and Kana. Third place, level 5 Chan with Miyuki and Boogie Pop. Second place, Tsuntenshi with Asuna and Celti. And first place, Kusanagi with Yuki Mashiro as well as Yuki Kazari. Then KOF 14. Like I said, there's a lot of games here. For KOF 14, I'm not going to name all the teams. There's too many teams here. Burger Time, fourth place. Third place, Doompa. Second place, Carlos C. And first place, Kusanagi. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. Fourth place, Tactile Eastside with Rise. Third place, GGR Fortune Gundam with Margaret. Second place, PAG Grover with you, Narukami. And first place, Doompa with Mitsuro as well as Naote.
High five.
Not done yet. Koime Enbu. Fourth place, level 5 Chan, Kane and Shuyu. Greats with Rofu and Chinkyu. Second place, Purify WS with Sonken Romo. And first place, PNS Garadeo with Sonken and Ryomo.
Man, that player at Greats must have been in like 4 top 8s.
Was he?
I feel like it.
Greats. Yeah, there's 2. 3. Yeah, he was definitely in 3. He was in 3. So there you go.
There you go. All right. By all accounts, it went very well. And it still had the hilarious couch where the commentator sat.
Yeah, I heard the production value of the stream and everything like that was super good. Like, I heard a lot of people said that they really enjoyed watching it.
Yeah.
And he always does a lot of cool things for the anime community and for his events. That is Mr. Jabali.
Indeed he does. I've only watched some of the Marvel top 8, but it was cool. Okay. Everything seemed good to me. All right.
Let's talk about the Northern Arena Knockout. No, actually, EGX. EGX took place in Europe. This was a premiere event
for Street Fighter V.
And so only Street Fighter V. The results being 7th place, Nasser Big Bird Ken, and Panda Jawa with Akuma. And
my favorite player.
Dude, I still think at First Attack, probably a lot of people didn't hear this, but like I just joked, like if FGC ever becomes like this big thing and like is like super huge, that like 15 years from now we're gonna have the documentary about Panda Joa being that one player who made it to all the events that nobody remembers right now, because I feel so bad for him. I want to see him win a tournament, man. I want to see him win a tournament.
This is a premier event. He's typically only gotten top 8 at rankings, so yeah. There you go, premier.
5th place, Graft MOV with Chun-Li and Infused Gunslinger with Balrog. 4th place is ECV Hiruko with Ibuki. 3rd place, Epsilon Takamura with Ken. 2nd place, Gachikun with Rashid. And 1st place, Mouse Problem X with M. Bison.
Nice.
I also want to point out that Mago was here and got 9th place as well. So
yep.
So shout outs to Problem X taking the tournament with M. Bison.
Yeah, there was a lot of different Street Fighter talent all spread across a bunch of different events. Right? But yeah, hey, good job to Problem X for taking it for the UK. I think that is really impressive. He's a fantastic Bison player, has been a good player the whole time. Yeah. That's very cool. Gachikun again does well. Takamura, I think that's pretty cool up in 3rd place, because he I feel like when I started seeing him appear on top 8s, he was kind of like a rando. Not in that I didn't know who he was, but in the sense that like he would do wild things. And I was like, I don't know about that. But then the more I've seen him show up, the stronger he seems to get. And I think that's very cool. Cool.
Yeah, and I feel bad for Gachikun. I swear like he gets nothing but 2nd places.
Yeah.
He did at the Red Bull Kumite. He did here. Didn't he also... Wasn't he the last Rashid that Infiltration defeated at Manila Cup?
I don't remember, but he was among them.
Yes. So that was EGX. We can also talk about, let's see, Never Give Up was this weekend from Santiago, Chile. Again, one of the big majors from the Latin America region.
Down in SOAM.
Oh, they don't have the results here.
No results.
Okay. Feel free to look up the results while I go on to the next one. FB Cup was also this past weekend. This was in Malaysia, and this was part of the Street Fighter V Capcom Pro Tour. The results were 7th place Horisako with Akuma and Saisak with Karin. Fifth place was YBK Daikokugo with Birdie and Talon Hot Dog 29 with M Bison. He's been making his way around a little bit now. Fourth place DNG Tachikawa with Ibuki and Dalsim. Third place Human Bomb with Chun-Li. Second place Tsu4444 with Balrog. And first place Zowie Oil King with Rashid. And Oil King has definitely been putting himself up there on the top of the Taiwan players. Definitely performing much stronger than GamerB. In fact, I think he's in the top 32, and I think GamerB is just outside of it on the Capcom Pro Tour.
By the way, Infiltration 9th place.
Infiltration 9th place, okay. There was also a...
Oh yeah, Marvel Infinite tournament was there.
Scroll the page. Tekken 7 as well. Dude, okay,
What?
I'm just going to say VSAMGFV took all top 4 spots. That's the team.
Okay.
So there's VF, Claudio, Arenz with Cosme, Book with Jin, and Meat with Jack 7, but they're all from the VS.AMG.FV team.
I guess that must be local crew there.
Local crew there, Tekken crew. And there was a Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Fourth place was Mitsu with Ultron, Gamora, Reality. Third place was Graph Guilty with Morgan, Dormammu, and Time. Second place, Fubar Duck.
Yeah.
Ultron, Thanos, and Reality. And then first place was part of that VS.AMG.FV team, Trixie, with Dormammu, Jeddah, and Reality.
Dormammu.
Yeah,
good job to Guilty and Fubar Duck. That's very, very cool. Fubar Duck is now living over in Southeast Asia, by the way.
He actually sold Arcade UFO.
He did.
And I was like, what? You can't... And then someone actually pointed out to me that living overseas and then having to do taxes for a business in the States is like way more trouble than you don't even want to go through with it. So
I guess.
But I think Arcade UFO is in good hands. So.
I talked with him about it. He didn't tell me who he sold it to. I didn't ask, I guess.
Yeah.
He didn't tell me.
Mm-hmm.
But he did say that the people who he sold it to will take very good care of it. They're all FGC people. They all actually, I think it was like 2 FGC, 1 something else.
Right.
Something like
that's
that.
Fine.
But in any case, he was very sure that they're gonna
he is in Singapore.
And I'm sure
now,
he would not screw with that. So yes, he lives in Singapore now.
All right, did you actually get the Never
And
Give Up
Guilty
results?
is traveling everywhere.
Well, she's living in Japan right now.
Yeah, she has an apartment out in Japan, but she's like traveling everywhere.
Yeah. Thanks to Graph. Right, thanks to Graph. So.
Okay, yes, I do have the results. Never Give Up down there in So-Am, apparently. Street Fighter V. This is in Santiago. 7th place, 2DR Young Ho with Birdie and Saga with Akuma and Guile were 7th places. 5th places were DM Bake with Nash and Cammy and DM Mysterio with Karen.
Nice.
4th place, Vertex Keoma with Karen. 3rd, SB Doomsnake 507 Vega. 2nd place, Umbrella HK Dash with Bison. And then winner, F3 Berlino with Nagali.
Yeah, HK Dash was one of those guys that was giving a lot of the Flash and Justin problems in the Argentina Cup recently. So
yeah, he seems like a good player. I've seen him. And I know that Doomsnake is as well. Unfortunately, when he came to First Attack, his flight was too late. There was some mix-up happened, and so he couldn't actually enter the tournament itself. He's a strong player for sure.
And of course, Berlino, very, very good Capcom Cup participant.
Indeed.
Mysterio also qualified, couldn't make it due to visa issues a while back. So
Keoma's in here as well.
yeah, Keoma's there as well.
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Yeah, sorry about the topics, guys.
They're dead.
For some reason, I can't get them to show up, and I don't know why. So.
I don't know. 7th place, F2G Moise.
Moises, right?
Moise? It doesn't have an S.
Oh, okay. Moise.
Okay. 7th place also in Marvel Infinite, Tobli Pasama with Nova Spider-Man. It doesn't say what gem. 5th was ANV Garode with Spider-Man Iron Man. Also GC Salero Aeon with Ultron Jeddah. 4th was NC Griton with Chris Jeddah. Wow, Chris, sick. I gotta go back and watch that then. I haven't seen anybody use that character yet.
Yeah, I know. Neither have I.
In fact, I've heard a lot of people say bad things about him.
Really? Oh.
I don't know anything about it yet. I mean, I've seen his moveset.
Right.
But I don't know. In any case, that's very cool. 3rd place, DM Random with Captain Marvel Jeddah. 2nd place, Neo Geo with Gamora Iron Man. I haven't seen any Iron Mans yet.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm definitely going to go back and check this out. And then winner of the whole thing was Kane Blue River with Hagar Thanos. That's the same team that Jabril was talking up to me, which is what Jabril got top 8 at SCR with. Hagar Thanos. And like I said, Jabril thinks that that's the strongest Hagar variant. KBR, if you're in the chat, I'd love to know your thoughts as well. I guess that's probably why you're playing it. But I know that KBR thinks that Hulk was nerfed.
You're right. Yeah. I was thinking about it, but I feel like Hulk doesn't seem that bad.
He's just a different character. I feel he's not the armor guy. That's Nemesis now. He seems more like a movement character. Strangely enough.
Which one?
Hulk.
Yeah.
Hulk. With that wall jump and stuff. So. But, anyway, good job, KBR.
What's funny is that someone in the chat says that Chris Shotgun actually blows up the Reality Stone. That's actually kind of cool.
I think basically every projectile I've seen blows up Reality Stone.
Oh, Campbell Rivers says that he actually talked a lot with Jabril before and during the weekend, so he sent him a lot of tech.
Cool, very cool, man.
Nice.
Very cool. Well, nice job to you. I hope it continues, of course. Tekken 7, AR Princeso with Lars. Also, OSD Checho Kazumi were 7th places. OSD Ariel, Jack 7. And OSD Mordrek with Nina Hwarang were 5th. 4th was Ho-Chi Myung with Eddie Josie. 3rd, Jackson 5 with Jack 7 and Brian. 2nd, Sapito with Xiaoyu and Fang. 1st place, Abel Del Maestro with Eddie Akuma and Jack 7. KO at 14. 7th places were DM Bake and MP Diego Chris. 5th were LV Rigo-Sam and Javier Yagami. 4th was Mecha Black with Clark Choi Athena. 3rd, Strato, or S Strato, with Billy Benimaru Yori. 2nd place, ON Tortita, with Benimaru, Meitenkun, Sylvie. Winner, NEM Whip, with Mature, Kula, and Vice. It's a cool team.
Okay, cool. Campbell Rivers said, top 4 for which game? He said, we're the top 2 Peruvian players and 2 players from Venezuela that moved here to Chile. Not sure which game.
By the way, this shirt here, Capcom, this was given to me by the Brazilian dudes a couple of years ago, and I basically use it as my workout shirt because it's like a particular material. I don't really know.
Oh, really?
It's just like a kind of material that like wicks away sweat.
Huh.
You know what I mean? It's like different than like a normal shirt. So that's what the deal is with that.
Okay.
It's a tournament in Brazil, indeed.
There was also the Zowie Fighter Europe results that I think were just this past weekend as well. Oh, no, that was a while ago. Dang, this was a long time ago. Okay, why do I have this here?
Oh, yeah.
We talked about this one already, maybe?
I'm pretty sure we did.
Okay, so I'll skip that one then. Well, let's talk about last weekend then. Let's talk about Brooklyn Beatdown. Oh, actually, before that is the Northern Arena Knockout.
Arena Knockout.
That was in Toronto that I went to.
Oh, that's right. This was midweek.
This was on Thursday. It was actually scheduled on Saturday. But I think because of conflict with SCR, they pushed it to Thursday.
Right.
Because basically almost all of the players were there. There was also that Tokyo Game Show tournament with like Knuckle Dew and all those guys.
I think that was up on your list, no?
I didn't have that in the results. See if you can look that up.
Sure.
But at the Toronto Knockout, it was really cool. A lot of good players there. And I feel bad for the Canadian players because all 4 Canadian players that were in the Invitational started off against American players, and they beat all of them.
Dang.
They went 4-0 against Knuckle Dew, against Justin Wong, against K-Brad, and against who was the other one that they beat? Might have been Marn, I think it might have been Marn. But they actually were 4-0 against all those U.S. players in the first round, and Canada was feeling themselves. They were super happy. And then all 4 of those players went 0-2 directly after that.
Dang.
So, like I said,
Dunked.
Do really well in a tournament only to get OCV'd by DJ in Street Fighter 4. So.
Dunked.
So, unfortunately for them. But the top 8 was Echo Fox, Justin Wong with Karin and Ed in 7th place, as well as Sonic Box Dominion with Kyle and Ed. Justin said he should have stuck with Ed in his match against, I forgot who it was playing. Was it Knuckle Dew? It was one of the guys that he switched back to carrying, and he probably should have just stuck with Ed. Mm-hmm. 5th place was Liquid Knuckle Dew with Guile and Armika, and as well as Infused I'm Still the Daddy with Guile and Laura. 4th place was Rise Smug with Balrog. 3rd place, BX3 Phenom with Nakali and Guile. 2nd place, the UDL Yukadon with Ibuki, who just won SCR. And then 1st place, Echo Fox Momochi, using nothing but Ken.
Nice work.
Getting $12,000 for that tournament.
Dang.
12,000 USD. Yeah.
That's a big old chunk.
Yeah, it was actually really interesting because it was shot in the TSN studios, and TSN is the ESPN of Canada, basically, right? So like the production was ridiculous. Like they just had like the crane cameras and like even like in the audience, like there was a screen of them playing, but next to them were the guys with the faces of the players there. And every time a match would end, like they would turn green with KO over their head, and the other one would go winner, you know, and stuff like that. Had like this interesting production value. So it was actually way more fancy than I thought it was going to be, but that's actually kind of cool.
Did they really hand out USD in Canada?
I think they just offering the price, the amount that they're getting in USD. I don't know what they're handing them.
It's got to be a blow to the old national pride there.
Yeah, well, apparently their money right now is like really bad.
Not doing that great.
They kept making that joke, so
yeah.
But that was cool. It was a lot of fun. Got to do that tournament. Shout outs to. I'm glad they also got some of the local talent to do the commentary to start with. They had Nagata Locke and Jaco Maynor.
Oh, cool. Maynor. Yeah, I like Jaco. I think she's good.
Yeah, she did really well. She did really well. It was actually really...
So, yes, I did get the SF5 Shoryuken tournament at TGS 2017.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Now, it was kind of a funky format, if I recall correctly. I think it was single limb.
Okay.
If I recall correctly, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what I heard.
Yeah, I believe it was single limb. Yeah, pretty sure.
Oh, it must have been, considering how the results go.
Okay.
So, tied for 5th were Graf Fudo, Armika, Zowie Gamerby, Nakali, CYG Snake Eyes, Akuma, and Razor Sien, Ibuki.
Okay.
So they all lost immediately. Third place tied, RB Bonchan with Karen and Liquid Knuckle Dew with Guile. Second place, Echo Fox Tokido with Akuma, and winner, Alienware Nemo with Urien.
Yeah, Nemo's a little good.
He's a good guy, good player.
Yes.
Good at video games, yes. Yeah, it was a funky format. It wasn't like a single game, it was a set, but, oh yeah. There you go.
Apparently it was single elimination first phase, first to 2 after that, and then it was first to 3 or something like that, and they got numbers. Yeah, Japan does this a lot. They do this thing where people will draw numbers and you get to pick where they are in the bracket.
Yeah.
So apparently Knuckle Dew picked Snake Eyes and went after him.
Dang, you went for the old US? Oh, man. Though, by the way, if Liquid Knuckle Dew was Snake Eyes also at the Canadian tournament?
No, he was not.
So Dew was there at least. So Dew then, like, the next day was in TGS?
Yeah. No, we were talking to him about that, and he went to the airport at like 6 in the morning, like 5 in the morning, to go fly straight to Japan.
And showed up a day and a half later, because that's how it works.
Yeah.
And wow.
Yeah, because I was talking to him. I was like, so you're coming to SCR, right? He's like, nope. I'm like, oh, really? Why not? He's like, I'm going to Japan for TGS. I was like, ooh, that's right. So yeah, he went straight from Canada, straight there. So.
Well.
Lots of traveling, man.
Lots of traveling. Yep.
I'll tell you. And you know what? I'll tell everybody this with traveling, man. Get yourself a Nintendo Switch or at least like an old 3DS or something, or a PC that you can play a bunch of stuff on.
Get yourself Civ 6.
Yeah.
If you really want to time travel, friends.
There you go, dude. Dude, look. I'm just going to talk about this because it makes me mad. Can you imagine if they put Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite on the Switch and then came out with like a little mini joystick that you could actually bring along? That's it. Like, the plane ride would be done.
James. Do you know what kind of hardware that game requires? You know what kind of fancy hardware that game requires?
You don't think it would run on a Switch?
Oh, come on. There's no way. It's actually like 55 gigs on the PC.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason. Yeah, I don't know why that is, but it's very large.
Yeah. Dude, you know what? That game would probably run fine on the Switch until Monster Hunter comes out. Then it would probably explode. You know? Oh man.
All right. You want to super briefly talk about the tournaments that happened the previous week?
Yeah, let's do that because there's way too many.
It's impossible. Sorry to everybody who we end up screwing.
All right, Brooklyn Beatdown, only Street Fighter V taking place there. Top 8 was 7th place PG Punk with Karin, 7th place Daigo with Guile, 5th place Echo Fox Momochi with Ken, Rai Smug with Balrog, 4th place again Mena RD with Birdie.
Yeah.
3rd place Echo Fox Justin Wong, Karin, Chun-Li and Ed, and he jokes that he's playing better at Street Fighter even though all he's playing is Marvel now. He doesn't understand it. 2nd place Graf Fudo with Armika, 1st place Fox Tokido with Kuma. Good to see him still doing well there.
By the way, 9th places were Nemo, Verloren, Haitani, Takeuchi. And 13th were Liquid Knuckle Dew, Phenom, Kazunoko, and JB.
Jeez.
Then you go down to 17th, and it's Yukadan, K-Brad, Lud, Idom, Borlinho, Save, John Takeuchi, Mike and Ike. I mean, come on. Xiaohai was 25th place, so was Wolfcrone, so was Alucard, so was Dominion, and Kava.
And so was B3, one of the qualifiers who made it to that event from India.
That's right.
And I got to talk to him about that, too, and he was saying, like, he's like, there's not really that big of a scene. You know, like, we had this national thing. There was, like, only, like, 2,000 people who... I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, it's
2,000 people. I know.
But, you know, in India,
in the context of India, that must seem tiny.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you ask him where he's from in India?
No, I did not. But it's cool to hear about that. And like I said, there have been people on Twitter and my DMs who've been talking to me about the South African scene as well. And I've never really had a chance to talk about that. Maybe one of these weeks I'll just, like, take a time to, like, talk about that a little bit, but there you go. Great.
Anyway, that was a stacked tournament, and it all ran well. And we got to do the maximum esports commentary in the. It was in the Barclays Center, which is where the Nets and the Islanders play, professional sports teams.
Yeah, we had to stand while we were doing commentary. Oh boy,
we did. That's right. And then once we were done, it was back to real esports, which means CS:GO. All right. Well, what do you got next, James? What do you got next, huh?
Curly Finals that weekend. The Curly Finals, this, of course, is the culmination of the year-long effort put together by the players themselves, such as SBK, such as Kinder Party, Persia, Angelic has helped out a lot with this. And I heard I talked to Persia a little bit about it at SCR. She basically said she was just like running herself ragged, like, because she was doing everything at the event. So, great tournament, lots of strong players there. You can see 9th place, like Sack Tap and Jabril, who just made top 8 at it.
I'm saying, I mean, he made 9th place with Nemesis Arthur Hagar and Ghost Rider Arthur Hagar. Those are butts of teams, all right? All right, he gets got point Ghost Rider and Nemesis. I mean, you give the guy a couple of good characters, and you get 2nd place. No,
well, 7th place was I Heart Justice with Phoenix Wright, Captain America, Doctor Strange, and Captain America Dormammu and Doctor Strange. Of course, if you were reading it, you would say the first team was Captain America and Doctor Strange. That's it.
Oh yeah, he's got. In fact, I told Jahi unknown that I think that team is 2 characters, and he was like, that team is 1 character, and it's an assist.
Yeah.
He only believes in Doctor Strange.
I actually think that character is 1 character, and it's actually Maya, because she just does all the work. She just puts out the shield. 5th place, Circa Joey D with Zero Doom Virgil. 5th place, Priest with Magneto MODOK Doom, as well as MODOK Morgan Doom. 4th place, UA Terry Bogard, Morgan Dante Strider. 3rd place, perennial 3rd place finisher, Misfits Angelic with Virgil Dormammu and Shuma Gorath, as well as Wolverine Virgil and Shuma Gorath. 2nd place, SPY Splice Ryan LV, Chun-Li Morgan Phoenix. 1st place, Evil Genius New York Chris G, Morgan Doom Virgil, taking the final Marvel 3 tournament, basically.
That's very fitting, I think.
Yeah.
He didn't win Evo this year. And so some folks at the time wanted to say that there would be an eternal debate as to who was the best player in Marvel 3 history. Definitely it's Chris G.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's Chris.
Definitely Chris G. He didn't win Evo more than other people did, but he won in general more than anybody else did, and he did it throughout almost the entirety of the game's
that's
lifetime.
the most important part right there. He did it at the beginning and he did it at the end. And
in the middle, he was there the entire time.
Even Ryan LV didn't really start until like partway through, right? I mean, he was playing early on, but he wasn't dominant like this.
I've heard some people in the Marvel 3 scene say that part of why, you know how people do this, Ryan LV and so forth, why those guys are like placing and winning and stuff, is because, a lot of the good players don't play in Marvel 3 anymore. They've already moved on to Street Fighter 5, and they're not... Whatever. That, it's stupid. But in any case, Chris G is definitely the best long-term.
I would definitely need some of your standard gifts right now, because I can think of some certain reaction gifts.
The one with the lady?
I can definitely use that gift right now, dude. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But
this was a very good tournament. It was really, really fun to watch. I will miss that game. You know, I haven't played that game in probably 3 or 4 years, but
Right.
I have really enjoyed watching it over the last couple of years.
I hope people keep playing it, though. I hope people keep playing it. Although, to be fair, like, Marvel Infinite right now is, like, it's really sick.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, when you get someone like Sanford Kelly writing a tweet
we'll talk about this. We'll talk about this. All right, we're almost done with tournaments.
Oz Hadu National 15. Street Fighter 5, top 8. 7th place, Gotch-kun with Rashid. 7th place, Somniac with M. Bison. 5th place, Cyclops Goichi with Minot. God, I need to go back and watch all of that. I need to watch some Minot. 5th place, Zowie Oil King with Rashid. 4th place, Infiltration with Jury. 3rd place, DNG Tachikawa with Ibuki. And 2nd place, Mago with Karin. And 1st place, Ponos Moke with Rashid.
Slick. Shoutouts to Rashid.
Tekken 7, I'm just going to do top 4.
Damn.
Yamasa Take with Kazumi Brian. 3rd place, Kokoma with Dragunov Kazumi. 2nd place, Yamasa Nobi with Dragunov Fang. And 1st place was Echo Fox Saint with Jack 7.
Dang.
This was the weekend where everything was like felt right. Like everything fell into place with like Chris G winning and then KDCR won in a tournament. And then Sonic Fox won the IPS, etc., etc. Injustice 2. Top 4, OZH Gilbags with Joker. 3rd place, Young Cole with Starfire Poison Ivy. 2nd place, Jam Castile with Green Arrow, Deadshot, Batman, and Flash. 1st place, Bob Custard with Black Adam.
Great name.
And Guilty Gear Exert Rev 2. 4th place, ESG Giggles with Sin. 3rd place, Cyclops Goichi with Milia. 2nd place, Audacity with Johnny. Yeah. 1st place, Ignorant Chun-Nich with Raven and Kai Kisk.
I mean, it's Nietzsche probably, but
Chun-Nietzsche.
I don't know.
All right.
I'm not sure what that means.
Okay.
I mean, I know who Nietzsche is. Yes.
Right.
Anyway, congrats.
Injustice. Let's talk about this.
Sick. Injustice 2.
$120,000 to the first place person. This is the grand finals of the IPS series this season. Yes, and look, spoilers, Sonic Fox is now this, I mean, he probably is a $500,000 fighting game winner right now.
Probably.
With all the events that he's won, you know, not just including the big prizes. He has probably made $500,000 through playing fighting games.
I would think so.
And that is ridiculous.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
If you told me that like 3 years ago, I already said that you were crazy.
I mean, in 2012, Infiltration won $75,000, so I don't know about 3 years ago.
Okay. 5 years ago?
Long ago.
Yeah.
Not long ago.
Oh, man. 7th place, Nasser Tekken Master with Brainiac, Atrocitus, Dr. Fate, and Batman. 7th place, BC Honeybee with The Flash and Deadshot. You said Honeybee and Biohazard were whose cousin? Didn't you say like...
So they're brothers and their cousin is Illusions.
Illusions, okay. God, that's crazy. They're all so good. Illusions was in 9th place. Biohazard was in 9th place. 5th place, Noble Dragon with Black Adam and Aquaman, as well as Echo Fox's Theo with Supergirl and Superman. 4th place, F3, DR Gross, who was just having the tournament of his life with Green Lantern and Aquaman. 3rd place, PG Hayate with Robin. Not a character that a lot of people consider particularly strong.
Including Hayate.
2nd place, Noble Samij, Catwoman, and Starfire. 1st place, Echo Fox, Sonic Fox with Red Hood, Captain Cold. That Captain Cold Catwoman matchup is going to haunt Samij in his nightmares forever, I think.
Yeah, that seems tough. Yeah. That seems tough. But also, it's played by Sonic Fox, who's the greatest fighting game player in the world. So
yeah, pretty much.
I mean, he's like, if there's a list of 5, he's definitely one. Whatever. In any case, nobody else does that with Captain Cold, so I'm always hesitant to say that like Captain Cold beats whoever.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
I just don't know. Maybe fair. I just honestly.
I mean, it's so funny because like
know?
when I play Injustice online, and this is 100% because of Sonic Fox, you'll see characters like Superman, Catwoman, deselect Captain Cold.
Okay, whatever. How does it go?
Not good.
Oh, really? Okay.
Not good. But people do that all the time to me now. Yeah. You'll actually see them deselect and go to Captain Cold. And I'm like, really?
Stupid. Whatever. So it was basically up to the top 4 that they like saved for the television sequence. And it was on ESPN2.
Which actually surprised me a lot. A lot.
What's
that? That made it on ESPN2.
Oh, yeah?
Because ESPN is owned by Disney. And they also own Marvel.
Oh.
I guess. But
so I was like, wow, they let DC get on ESPN.
Yeah,
so.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was very cool that the top 4 included Hayate and Gross, because nobody would have called that. It's not like it's a big surprise, I wouldn't say, for Hayate to be there, but I think it's a pretty significant surprise that Gross is there, because he was like 15th in points overall.
Right, uh-huh.
He was like pretty far down there. And yeah, I think that's literally the best Gross has ever played.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
And thanks to that event, now on ESPN2, there have been shout-outs to the furry community on ESPN2.
Yes. Yes.
I actually think it's cool. I actually do honestly think that's super cool. So
I was really disappointed to hear that only the top 8 got paid. I think that's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's where that conversation was coming from, right?
Yeah.
Was it Pig of the Hut was talking about
He
that?
sure was.
I believe.
A lot of people were, and he was certainly part of it.
Right.
That's unfortunate. For as much money to be given out there, like, would it have made a difference to Sonic Fox if he made $105,000 and like $15,000 went to the 9th through
right? Yeah.
16? You know.
Exactly.
So I really hope that that these kind of events kind of changed up a little bit.
Yeah, it's tough because I was talking about it with them because Pig of the Hut was like, I really want your opinion. Can you talk about this with everybody? And so I started talking about it a little bit as well. But like, it's interesting because you need to have that big number for first place because it sounds more impressive, et cetera, like that. And so what I'm hoping is if more money shows up, that the top prize doesn't increase, that everybody else increases. You know what I mean? Like right now for the first year, top 8, okay, maybe a necessary evil, but hopefully next year if they get more prize money, they raise first place from 120,000 to 125. Yeah. Just to make it sound bigger than last year, but then spread the wealth down to all of top 16.
I hear that. I think that would be nice. Mm-hmm. But do you really think that there's any does it matter for even PR purposes if he had made 110,000? And not 120,000? Does it even matter?
I think it does. I actually weirdly
the $10,000 because you're already at 6 figures,
right? So actually, it would sound better if it was actually $100,000. I think 110 just is a weird number and doesn't
the same as 120.
It's like $4.99, right? Like when you see something as $4.99, it's not $5.
I mean, I agree with you on 100,000. I think like 100,000 is fancy to say, but I don't think that there's any like fanciness difference between 120 and 110.
Yeah,
same
from
number.
the player standpoint, it makes absolutely no difference. Like Sonic Fox is not going to be like, oh, $10,000 more dollars,
No, whereas for the 9 players who get money, that 10,000 is a big old boon. So
yeah, but I like it's weird because
that's
like
fun.
When I actually talk to people about it and stuff, when 120 reaches that 5th way up the mark. And so it has that, like, it just feels 1/5 towards $200,000 feels bigger than 1/10. I don't know what it is.
Well, it is.
Yeah, I know, but it just has that much larger feel to it.
Does
I don't know. I don't understand it, but it really does. It really does.
I feel like if you focus group this, like, it wouldn't matter at all. But I don't know, whatever.
Okay.
Whatever. I really hope that at some point these things really spread themselves out. And not just that.
I agree. I agree.
I know you agree. Not just at these things, but like for the majors that get money from like Capcom and Namco and so forth, spread that out.
Absolutely.
Please.
Absolutely.
Okay, anyway, it was a cool event to watch. Shout-outs to the top 4 being a couple of unexpected guys. I think that was very, very fun and fitting for the game.
Yeah,
cool.
Very cool. Especially because we just saw Gross at First Attack like the week before.
Dude, he was struggling to make sure that he got his points.
That's right.
He wanted to make top 8 at what was the event? Absolute Battle, and he did not. And then he went to the Hometown Heroes thing, which was like the if you hadn't made top 8, you could enter it or whatever it was. And he didn't get guaranteed E-League spot there either. And so he did because he was in this. So.
Right. So good stuff.
Anyway,
and then he played out of his minds.
Yes, he did.
Thunderstruck in Mexico, 7th place, Jug with Balrog, and Leo SLP with Vega. 5th place, Vegas KOF Koopa with Ken, and Vertex Strike El Tigre with Laura. 4th place, MJ Chris with Balrog. 3rd place, First Attack's Mono with Thong. Second place, SC Horisako with Akuma and Manat.
Oh, pretty good.
And first place, Chris Tatarian with Ken.
Yeah.
So Chris Tatarian taking Thunderstruck. I believe that's 2 years in a row now. I believe he won the year before as well. So shout outs to
Over Sako.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And then there was the mix-up, which took place in Lyon. This one was, I believe... Oh, no, there was Street Fighter 5.
All right, Problem X won it.
Okay.
Pax, then Luffy. Second and third.
Guilty Gear Exerd was Guilty Gear Player with Elfelt.
Fantastic.
Jackal with Milia, and Onimario with Ramlethal in third. Tekken 7, this is where JDCR gallivanted
JDCR, etc.
Yes, pretty much. And then Marvel Infinite, there was a showcase. White Black won that one with Dante Strider.
He was one of the best Marvel 3 players in Europe for a long time.
And then there was also a Dragon Ball Fighters exhibition there, and Kyo won it with Android 18, Trunks, and Vegeta.
Only one person played Android 16. That's what matters.
Okay.
All right,
done with events!
All right. Cool.
Want to take a break?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. I'll be right back.
It's pretty warm
It is warm. Except I've got shorts and just one t-shirt on this time, so it's not as bad.
How many t-shirts do you normally wear?
I usually, like, a lot of times you see me with the t-shirts with the thing over it. Or sometimes I'll just have a regular shirt with a t-shirt under there.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. All right. Hey, what's up? Welcome back.
Yeah, once again, sorry, I don't have the topics working for some strange reason, so we're topicless right now. But we just talked about, like, 300 events, so we're going to move on to the release of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and our initial impressions. David, what do you think so far? Game is good.
It's great.
The game is good, and you know what? Look, I'm just going to say this right now. Obviously, people are like, you guys are shills, whatever. They've been saying that for the longest time. You can't pay this many people now because there just has not been anything bad said about this game, like at all, by anybody who's gotten it and played it, except for like 2 people.
Gameplay.
Yes, gameplay.
All of our discussions will be about the gameplay. To get it out of the way, it's not a very nice looking or sounding game.
That is the nicest way that you could have put that, right?
The nicest thing anybody's ever said about the graphics in Marvel Infinite was said by my girlfriend, who said, "It looks just like all your fighting games." That was her take.
Yep.
I brought her home and I was like, "Man, look at this character select screen." She was like, "It looks the same." I was like, "What do you mean? It's clearly different."
Right.
Anyway.
Oh, before we move on the MvCI stuff, that's right, we were discussing during the break that I really, really wanted to mention that during the Thunderstruck tournament, one of their longtime players there, a Guilty Gear player by the name of Hugo Martinez Barron, actually passed away at the event due to a heart attack. And he had made top 8 into the tournament, and I believe they had to move to another venue to finish the event out and everything like that. So, not to dampen the mood or sour the mood or anything like that, but definitely wanted to take the time to give a shout-outs to him, to acknowledge that happened, and to really, just give a shout-outs to another one of our fallen members of the FGC. So, it's a terrible situation, but, look, he was in a position right now where, his passing, we can talk about it and everything. So he definitely made an impact. People will know and people will remember. So shout outs to Hugo Barron.
Yeah, best wishes to family and friends.
For sure. So, but
rest in peace. Yeah. Marvel Infinite. Looks aside, audiovisual work notwithstanding, super great and awesome. A bunch of people, I feel like everybody in the venue, went up to Combo Fiend at SoCal Regionals this past weekend and said, "Great work," / "Nice job," / "High five," / something, "Nice work."
I definitely did.
I did. I saw a lot of people doing it. It's awesome. I mean, the gameplay is so open. You can do whatever. There's only been one instance so far where I've thought to myself, "What can I do that?" And then I cannot.
Right.
It was, can Hagar put the barrel out
and then tag out, and is Hagar just standing there with the barrel as a parry, which would be pretty crazy, admittedly, and he cannot. Right. He cannot. But other than that, like every single time, I haven't even heard of anybody else coming up with something that didn't work.
Right. I tested it, by the way. If you drop the barrel, you do not get the item.
You have to throw it?
You have to throw it.
Got it.
So, and you'll see it. One of the barrels will be glowing. Like, they're glowing. Right. They're distinctly glowing. And if you throw it forward, then the item pops out of that. So, but again, I mean, look, I know everyone makes fun of the word. I don't care. The game is so creative. Like, you just have the ability to do whatever the hell you want. Like, everything works. And the thing about it, the pace of the game, the amount of mental, like, how fast your brain has to move is unlike anything I've ever seen it. To the point where when I'm watching it, I have no idea what was going on half the time. There was one point in time I saw a counter switch and then another switch, and there's 4 people on the screen. There was explosions, and I was like, I even turned to one of the reps from Capcom. And I looked at him, I was like, I have no idea what's going on.
He was probably like, that's awesome.
Yeah, he was probably happy about that.
Yeah.
And it's like, I haven't, like, it was interesting. When Justin got the early copy and he was streaming it, I went into the chat. And you could feel it. Like, the chat was just so vile. It was just like, oh, here's the shield joke. Here's the, is this a mobile game joke? And it was like 80% of the comments were people cut and pasting essentially the same sick burn, bro. You know, like over and over and over again. And it was just so vile. Everyone was so mean about it. After the game came out, like, I went into a stream where people were watching it, and like, you could see, like, the people still trying to keep that up, and it just felt sad all of a sudden. Like, it just looked sad. Like, I think it was at NLBC or at Wednesday Night Fights. I was just watching it. Someone's like, man, is this a mobile game? Ha ha ha. And, like, no one would pay attention to it, and it just looked like they were trying so hard at that point in time. Because there's not a single person who has played the game who has said anything bad about it. Like, literally. Except for maybe, like, 2 people.
I mean, I, like, haven't met anybody, but I'm sure somebody doesn't like it out there. I don't know. But nobody I've talked with yet. In fact, at SCR, I talked with people from every game scene, and everybody I talked with was into it. You know, Katana Prime and I made a date to play Marvel Infinite on the internet.
Oh, yeah? Nice.
He's going to play the game.
Nice.
People from the BlazBlue scene, from the Tekken scene, from the Street Fighter scene, from whatever. Everybody's playing it. Or at least says that they're going to play it. I mean, who knows how many people are going to follow through, obviously, but everybody seems interested in playing. It is very, very interesting. You know, of course, it's week 1. Well, I guess it's week 2-ish now, but it seems like it's at a very interesting spot, and there's a lot to invent, a lot to come up with. I still feel like we should hold out the possibility that something's going to come out that's going to be too wild.
Oh yeah, absolutely, you know, absolutely.
I'm not willing to pronounce that it's not going to be.
I expect it in a weird way.
Yeah,
you know.
But they do have the capability to patch stuff, so it's not going to be forever broken if that does come up. And certainly, it hasn't happened yet. You know, people are converging on the early, obvious stuff. That always happens. Happened in Injustice. It happened in Street Fighter V. Literally every time. People pick the early good stuff, and that's what wins early on. So you're seeing a lot of characters who I think are probably always going to be good, but like probably not as good long term as they seem right now.
The one that one sticks out to me is just Reality Gem.
Yeah, Reality Gem seems like it's good, probably never going to be bad, but I talked with Combo Fiend. He thinks that Space is the best.
I actually think Mind Stone is kind of underrated, to be honest.
I'm interested in particularly Doctor Strange Mind Stone, because that gives you so much time to set things up. I like the idea of Power Stone to interrupt things and as an anti-air, and for some characters it hits at a spot on screen that their normals don't.
Right.
I like the idea of time for characters who either need to get in or don't have mobility and can get mobility.
Right, when Saktab actually used it for his Arthur team, right? His Arthur Thanos team, it worked out very well.
Totally made sense. Sonic Fox was playing time and won a tournament with it.
And I think that's important too, because Chris G said that he was playing Morrigan and Jeddah, and he doesn't have a ground dash. And he was just like, I can't win without a ground dash. You know, I need a character with a ground dash. Both of them have flying ones. And I was like, Time Gem maybe? You know, like, I think it makes sense that Sonic Fox is using a Time Gem with Jeddah so that he can move around on the ground a little bit better.
Sonic Fox has block infinites during Time Reality, during Time Infinity Storm. You know, there's a lot of stuff yet to be made. Soul seems crazy, Richard Gwen's comeback was due to Soul.
Did you see what he said? He put on the internet. He was like, reality is early scrub killer.
Yeah.
And then he said, Space Stone good for certain characters. And he said, Soul Stone must learn if you really want to have the full fun of the game.
That's what he says, yeah.
Did you see the combo video that Desk just put out?
No.
He did a Soul Stone combo video where he's controlling the other. And someone actually just showed me today on stream a different tech with the Soul Stone. So when you activate the Soul Stone, you get both of your characters to control.
Yeah.
If you hold the tag button, you only control your point character, right? If you hold a button down and let go of the button, it negative edges your teammate and not you.
I already thought that was too fancy for my hands to handle, but now that's going to get super
someone
wild.
said you can actually hold 2 punches, hold the tag button, do quarter circle forward, let go of tag, and you'll do a super only with the partner.
I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I was testing it. I was like, holy, and like my point character, Ghost Rider, was just standing there, and my partner was going punchy, 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 punchy. Like literally, you can control the other guy with just by letting go of your tag partner button, and like they really came up with a way. They're like, let's just find another way to make it so that you could actually control only the other guy.
That is awesome.
I don't like now that we know that.
Playing Soulstone.
Now we know that. Now I want to see what Desk does with the combo video, right? So
yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, I can see why Combo Fiend thinks that Space is the best. It's just so useful, you know. You get corner combos mid screen. You get
the box.
Mm-hmm. You get to punish things for sure because the opponent can't tag when they're in the box. So if they do something punishable, you box, then you punish them.
Right. Someone did that, and it was Champ who did that. He did that to Dante. He like boxed him when he was shooting, so he couldn't tag the other guy. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. During $1 Million. Mm-hmm. You get mix-ups, of course. I got a chip set up, so anti-air normals do chip in this game. Mm-hmm. The opponent's in the air and you're doing a ground button, then you'll chip them out. Not to kill, but you'll chip them. So I have it set up in the corner with a forced stand situation / up tech situation, where if the opponent up techs, then as Nemesis, I just am noodling them. I noodle them for like 20% damage and chip.
They can't land in between?
Because Thor's doing his super.
Oh.
So it's Thor's super, keeping him up in the air.
So you're doing real chip with the red life chip, basically.
Yes.
Okay. Oh wait, no, but they're
both real chip.
They're real chip.
They're both real chip. It's like super chip plus normal chip. Mm-hmm, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. And of course, obviously, you got to mix up after that. So.
Right.
Anyway, there's a lot of stuff that's. I feel like the utility of it is hard to ignore. But I feel like the utility of Soul is very high. I don't know.
The thing that actually made me the most sad is that if they're in hit stun, you can't suck them in. I want to do heavy suck them in, and then level 3 with Ghost Rider. like interrupt my own combo, like from a screen away, like go fierce, and then Soul Stone cancel, and then drag them in, and then level 3 them, but it doesn't drag them in.
Well, that's probably, I mean, but you can, with at least some characters, do button, Kara, next button, Soul Space Gem.
Oh, really?
And they won't be in box stun anymore because the box stuns run out by that point. Oh, so like Thor can do.
That's what that video was about. That's right. That was showing with Mega Man X. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, there's going to be a lot of tricks.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens there.
You know, I was actually really surprised. Like I was talking to you about this over the weekend, but like when I first heard, they were like, "Oh, the third character will be the gem." Like, I read that, and I was just like, that is such marketing talk. Like, there's no way the gems are going to be that crazy. This is just your way of trying to ease people away from the 3 characters and the 2 characters thing. But it's actually, to me, I think the gem system is super cool.
Agreed.
And I feel like they did a really good job with the variety on the gems.
Definitely.
Like, I was actually surprised that it was actually... sorry, I gotta stop using that word. I was surprised that it was that interesting.
Yeah.
That it turned out to be that interesting, and that makes it so that all the characters, that the teams feel that much different with the different gems.
Yeah, they really are different. Like, I was thinking about the team I'm playing right now, Nemesis Hagar. With Space, like I said, I have these mix-ups. I can make it so that the opponent can't zone me. Space pull-in itself has armor. I don't know if everybody knows that, but it has armor, and you can cancel the armor frames into super.
So there's like a lot of utility in bringing the opponent to you and punishing them and mixing up and stuff. But then if I go with time instead, now like Nemesis is in your face whenever he wants to be. You know, because big old noodles, right? Noodles into time is like from anywhere.
And it gives you armor on the suction too. The space
on
one.
Space.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm just saying like the difference.
With time.
Yes.
Okay,
If I'm time, I don't have the armor anymore. I don't have the mix-ups anymore. But I have super fast mobility with characters that you wouldn't expect it from. They can get through zoning and who knows what kind of combos or whatever they have in the actual Infinity Storm. I haven't even tested yet. Right. So those seem like very obviously different characters. You know, like you would play Nemesis differently. You would play all these.
Yeah,
you have these different things. So I really like it.
You
I think it's very
like I said, I still think Mind might be the most underexplored one. Like I feel like that there's
not many people are doing it, but I did. Like I said, I saw a video of Strange with Mind, where he gets the grab, and then he takes the fact that they reel for a long time, and it's not mash outable, to set up whatever he wants, like all the little flames and so forth.
I mean, I had a combo with Spider-Man, with Ghost Rider, that I tag into Spider-Man, and he does the boom, 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 and it does the automatic reel, and so I web ball them before they hit the ground. So I've web balled them, and their hit stun scaling is just at the most stupid height. So I just launch them, and then super jump cancel mind stem them because they flip out of that. You know what I mean?
Definitely good.
I just feel like there's a lot of I jokingly called it the Skullgirls gem because I feel like Skullgirls has a lot of throw resets in the game, so I feel like that the mind gem is going to be concentrated on that. And even like with what was it that I was doing? I did something with like heavy, and then tag into Spider-Man, and I just ran up and just like mind gem them right away. And I feel like if you lock them down and it's like perfect time to mind gem them, people are going to start holding up back, and then you're going to be able to open up low. Like,
sure.
All these
yeah,
crazy
if a character does not have a command grab and has like speed and ability to get in there, I feel like it's a clearly useful gem for the mix-ups. I don't know if it's more useful or less useful than the other gems, but we'll see.
It's gonna be the one that's gonna take the hardest to use because it's definitely good because like the scaling is high on after the throw, and it doesn't feel obvious. And when you play it, you see this guy throwing reality gems at you or sucking you in and doing these boxes, and you're just like looking at your mind gem, and you're just like,
yeah, when do I get to use this? Right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like Charlie Brown. I got a rock,
Yeah, I talked with Combo Fiend about reality, and he was like, "Yeah, it's good, but just jump into it and push block."
Right.
He was like not worried about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it does. Mind Gem, when you grab somebody, does cause a lot of damage scaling in the follow-up, but every grab does.
Right.
As far as I know, they all do 50% damage scaling.
And the cool thing too is that the Mind Gem doesn't erase the red health like a regular throw does. Right, if you grab them with the Mind Gem, it doesn't count as a throw, so it doesn't erase the red health.
I don't think I knew that about grabs.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. If you throw, you just erase all. It's like Cross Tekken. It's like exactly like Cross Tekken.
Cool.
But the thing about it is, the Mind Gem, after they get up and they're dizzy, you can throw.
They're in a throwable state.
Yeah, they're in a throwable state after they get up.
Oh, that I didn't know.
So you can do this big old combo, create all this red save, do a reset, Mind Stone, grab them, and then just walk up and toss them. If you really feel like killing all the red health, you can just toss them.
Interesting.
So I just feel like there's a lot. Like, can you imagine? That might be a counter to Soulstone, right? If you could find a Mind Gem reset and then throw them, and then now they have no health to recover. Right, because Soulstone you can only recover recoverable health, right? Or is it any?
As far as I think you just get 25% for the character that comes back to life.
Okay.
It's something like 25-ish. I don't know if it's exactly.
Then I wasn't sure. Okay. But yeah, lots of cool stuff.
It is very fun. A lot of the characters are underexplored right now. Like
Dude, you're using all these popular characters. Like I'm exploring Spider-Man. Like he's this really very very niche character. You know what I mean? Like who's ever heard of Spider-Man? Right? You're using
Spider-Man?
Nemesis and Haggard, like
top tier.
Yeah, exactly.
Combo Fiend actually thinks it is top tier team.
Oh man.
But I'm also trying Hulk and Thor. Thor might be top tier. We'll see. I have no idea. That's the thing. Like people are already talking about who they think are the tiers, and while some characters are probably never going to be bad, I can't imagine Dormammu being bad. Right? That seems unlikely. I don't know about the others though. I think
if people get a little bit more accustomed to what Ultron does, maybe that's not going to be quite as effective. Or same with Gamora.
And I also think that the people already find tech how to get out of the conveyor belt. Push block, jump away, and you're out of there. I don't think it's going to be quite. I mean, people are going to find ways to counter that, and maybe it'll get nerfed in a patch. Who knows? But I don't think it's necessary. Yeah. To be honest with you,
I hope that there are no nerfs or changes otherwise for the foreseeable future, unless something real crazy happens.
Because right now it just, and the streams that I've been doing recently, where I'm just going through all the systems, I'm finding a lot of really interesting things that like I said, I just put up a bunch of tech videos in there, and I think that there's some really cool things there. Like I don't even know if a lot of people know that the super hop, you can control the height of the super hop, right? So it's like at halfway up, you hit down and you start floating right there, and so you get a lot of power out of that. Like that is perfect height for Spider-Man to freeze, wait, air dash, and kick, as opposed to way up there. It's like better here, And then I was figuring out ways to do the super hops and block right away, because proximity guard, if there's like a reality stone on the screen, if you super jump and hit down back, it's like backdashing. Block takes priority over the command to stop your jump.
Makes sense.
So you can actually I just do a half circle back from forward flip, and then it passes by offensive crouch, and that triggers the down, and then you can block right away.
Makes sense.
Lots of little things like that, and I think it's just so much about this game to discover, and I just feel like that there's going to be so much craziness going on in this game, and I'm excited about that.
Same. Very much the same.
I mean, some people were saying that they're kind of mad. You see Monster Hunter coming out, and she's just, has all this detail. She's, super crazy. She has, all these awesome references, and they're, hiding it behind the paywall and whatever like that. But, I mean, shouldn't you be happy that, a character's coming out that has all this detail? I'm happy about that, even though I don't get any of the references.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 2 people on the planet that were super sad about Marvel, about Shuma Gorath being hidden behind a paywall. It's just me and Angelic, and that was it, But, I was sad then. I had to buy Shuma Gorath.
Yeah. I don't agree that Hulk is bad.
I don't think he's bad
I think he's just a different character than he was before.
Yeah.
A lot of his stuff is different. The Gamma Wave is, first of all, not a charge move anymore. It's not back then forward punch. It's just quarter circle, which means it's more accessible. But it's also different. It's not like a counter zoning tool, which it kind of was before. You could kind of beat some projectiles on the way, a lot of them actually, and it was fast enough that you could beat some.
Right.
Now it's not like that, but it is an excellent shield. It's super good. I feel like it's a excellent path in. Covers the ground. It's slow moving. It still beats projectiles. Tag is a clear setup.
Right.
I'm not sure that he is a point character as much as he was before. I think he may be a support character. I feel like he may be the character who sets up the incoming, or sets up the mix-up with the secondary character. So he's the support. He tags in the point character. Point character finds the hit. Then he
tags in,
comes back in and does some damage and sets up the wave again.
Captain America comes and starts the hit, and then he turns and goes, Hulk, smash.
Yeah, right. I feel like there's a chance that he's more like that. So,
right.
I don't know. We'll see. It's all good. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, it's a great game. I highly recommend it.
Spidey Hulk. That might be interesting.
Spidey Hulk?
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Spider-Man's interesting, but now that I've learned, so instant air dashing is so much better if you learn how to do the Guilty Gear method than the 2 punches.
Really?
Yeah, it's much better, because if you hit the punches too early, you commit to a punch. If you actually do up, forward, which never worked in any of the Marvel games before. This is the first time it works. Even if you hit forward too early, it just waits until you get to the height, and there's a window, and you just air dash. You can't miss it. There's no such thing as too early. Oh. It will just take the lowest height for you as possible to do that.
Okay, fair enough.
So with Spider-Man, if I'm next to you, I can do 7 instant overheads in a row. I'm just instant overhead, instant overhead, instant overhead.
Very cool. Very cool.
It's actually really cool. So, but Spider-Man's going to be interesting, because once he gets on top, I was wondering how he was going to open people up at first, but now that I found that instant overhead, he's going to be nasty.
I got to see this. We got to play.
He's going to be nasty. So
Goldilocks. That's why. That's a significant part of why I was playing Hulk Thor at the very start.
Nice. And because you're shilling out for Marvel's Thor Ragnarok, which is coming to theaters in November.
I actually like the costumes for Hulk and Thor that are based on that movie.
Oh yeah,
have you seen them in the game?
No.
I haven't seen them. Pretty cool.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. That's funny. I can't wait for that movie though. They all said that it's like a road trip movie with like Hulk and Thor.
Yeah,
which I think is going to be funny.
It does sound cool. Anyway, it's a very, very good game so far. Please check it out, everybody. I highly recommend it. Don't. It's hard to give advice on this, but like I really hope that people look past the fact that it's not a pretty game because it's a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. I understand if that matters to people. I certainly I don't feel the same myself, but I get it. But seriously, give yourself a look.
Yeah,
it's a lot. It's very, very interesting.
People have talked about this. We can talk about this a little bit since it's on topic. But like it came out on Steam, on console, and like it's already out of the top 100 Steam games. Pokken DX sold more than it, but I don't know why people tout that as like Pokken DX sold more than it's Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokken 1 sold very well.
Yeah, I know. It's Pokemon.
Yeah. That said,
on the Switch,
right.
It's like
for sure. Pokken is gonna sell well. That's
like why is this even?
That's not a good comparison.
Yeah,
but it's not gonna. Marvel Infinite's not gonna sell that well.
Right. Mm-hmm.
At least not on launch. We'll see if people will figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people are upset with the game, and again, I get it. I totally get it, and I understand if you're mad that Monster Hunter's behind a paywall, Black Panther's behind a paywall, whatever. Blah 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 blah, all that stuff. Like if that's where the frustration comes in, that's fine. But again, if a bunch of people are saying that they're willing to buy the game and they're enjoying the game, like let them enjoy it. They're not all shills. You know what I mean? Like they're having fun with the game. I've not been this obsessed with a training mode in forever, and I am just having so much fun trying to figure things out. So
I feel that the show meme. If it's not already dead, it's gonna die, or at least, maybe it's gonna be like one of those holdovers where it's like $8.95 forever.
I know,
but it's just gonna be. It's just a joke. Yeah. There's no way I can survive like the real thoughts because it's too fun and interesting of a game. Hey, if you don't like the graphics, nobody likes it. You're in the same club as everybody else.
Yeah, and if you're mad that X-Men aren't there, fine. I totally understand. It makes me the saddest thing in the world.
It sucks.
Yeah, it makes me the saddest thing in the world that Wolverine is not going to be in a game for the first time, basically. Makes me sad. So, because he's been in every single one of them. He's been in,
Ryan Kazmer's list of what he expected to be in the game was entirely wrong. Howard the Duck. Why did we even have him on the end?
Dude, I don't know why. It makes me sad every time I think about it.
So the sound design, some of it's funky. Some of the voices are weird. Some of the music is actually all right that I've listened to now. Some of it's not that great. I really like the block noises, though. The noises that people make when they are blocking. It's kind of hard to reproduce with the human mouth, but it's a cool noise, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's when I play it, I don't even notice the graphics anymore. To be honest with you, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Like, it disappears.
So once the loading screen's done, it's moving too fast.
And the loading screen takes a really long time, by the way. Like, after you lose a match locally and you, like want to continue and rematch, like, it's like...
Just wait for somebody to come out with the same hack that...
Rematch. And I'm like, Jesus!
Like, I bet the same hack exists that existed for Street Fighter 5. To just bypass the not loading... It's not a loading screen.
Because, I mean...
When you're waiting on the world in Street Fighter 5, it's probably going to be the same in Marvel.
If you're in the fighting game community and you're delaying one more game as long as possible, that just the salt levels, like it's like exponential. Like where you're like rematch. Just get me back in the game. I want my revenge. Like that is the salty period.
So that's the gameplay. The internet play is very good.
I haven't done it yet.
The online play is very good. It's very good. It's not Killer Instinct, but that's fine. It's much better than almost every game out there. Like, I would say that for me the best are Killer Instinct, Injustice, and Skullgirls.
Yeah.
And I would say it's just below that.
Okay.
It's just below. Like, I've had matches... I haven't had a bad match yet.
Okay. Because I've had bad matchups even in Injustice. Like, I've had things like all of a sudden it just, like, chugs. You know, so, but again, that's very rare. So my Injustice experience has been fantastic, right? So
I've
if
played...
it's better than Street Fighter, if it's better than Tekken,
yes.
If it's better than Tekken, because I've been having terrible experiences with Tekken as well, so, you know, I'm down with it. And a lot of people don't understand, too, that a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's not on CFN, that they don't have the cross-play, that they can just use the existing Microsoft and Sony servers and stuff like that. I should say the PC servers and stuff like that, right? So they've done a lot to make it so that it was going to run smoother, and that was one of the, to me, like if it came out and the netcode sucked, I would have just been like, okay.
I expected it to.
Right.
I for sure expected it to be bad. Street Fighter 5 is not that great. Marvel 3's was bad. I didn't expect some giant upgrade. But sure enough, there's a big, big upgrade. It really is good. Really is good.
Cool.
I've played it on both PC and PS4, and I've had nothing but good connections on both.
Yeah. And the input lag is 6. They just
for real?
Display Lag did a research on it, and they said that the input lag is about averaging around 6.
Is that on PlayStation?
On PlayStation.
Do you know if one was done for PC?
I don't know. I don't know. But, I mean, that's about to say, that's a little bit better than what Street Fighter V was, and it's a little bit worse than what Ultra was. It's right in between the two. So, even in the input lag area, yes, it sucks. The input lag is there. But, again, it's not the worst that it could have been. And it's funny, too, because, like I said, the network and the input lag on, like, Tekken 7 on PS4 is, like, almost kind of inexcusable. Like, I really need to just switch to PC for that game, dude.
Wait, for which?
Tekken 7.
Yeah.
Tekken 7. Ugh.
That's what I got.
Except everyone plays on freaking console. All the tournaments are on console.
Well,
though,
yeah. I mean,
so,
if you're a tournament player, you have to play on whatever the standard
exactly,
is. Even if it's bad, you have to get used to it. But I have the luxury of not being one of those fellas.
Dude, MvCI3, every time I played online, I was just like in exercise and just complete depression. Dude.
It was not good. I did have good connections with some people.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
and never fantastic. But I had like pretty good connections with some people. But, you know, not great overall. This is much, much better.
Okay.
Much better.
I mean, I might try it tomorrow night if I don't go to Wednesday night fights. We'll see what happens. So I'll try online tomorrow. Cool.
Yay! Oh, most important news! On Steam, on the PC version, your in-game name changes along with your Steam ID. Which doesn't happen in Street Fighter V, which is one of the few games on Steam that doesn't do that.
Because it was CFN, because you had to create your own thing.
CFN.
Right.
Which is always the same. You cannot change it. Which bugged me. But you can change it now. Yeah.
So Steam has always let you change your username?
Yeah.
You can just
I don't know about always, but since I've been using it for sure.
But I mean, like, does it still check for like duplicates and stuff like that, or can you just?
Yeah, I mean, there's like you have a login to Steam.
Oh, okay.
But then your like gamer name, I forget what the
right. But I mean, can like 7 people have Jago678 like be as their gamer name, or does it?
I'm honestly not sure.
Does it prevent it? Like, if I came on there and was like, I'm gonna be Kerrigan's butthole. Like, could I do that, or is it already taken up?
Well, it's not taken by me.
Okay.
But I honestly, I don't know.
Okay. Oh, some people are saying it doesn't check for duplicate display names, so you can have the same name. There you go.
There can be 2 long Lev Bronsteins.
I'm gonna find out whatever you are, and I'm just gonna duplicate it every single time, dude.
I was the Girthquake for quite a while.
You haven't been the Rumbler yet, have you?
I was previously the Rumbler.
You were the Rumbler.
I was.
Okay.
I was Senator both of these for some time.
Agreed. And I've had to deal with it for 6 years of Ultra Gen TV. Oh, man. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I was also Dangle Throat Mangle for quite some time. It's great.
Let's talk about some fighting game news, shall we? Let's just go through all this as fast as we humanly possibly can, okay?
Sure.
Evo Japan registration is open. If you want to get into Evo Japan,
yeah, let's
play
do
that,
it.
Go register. Now, what the hell is all this?
You want to eat some blueberry pie? Yeah, I've had it sitting here the entire time. Here's blueberry pie.
This looks ridiculous.
Here you go.
Holy crap. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Evo Japan registration is open right now. Also, Fantasy Strike is on Steam Early Access, so you can play that there right now. Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Fighters has announced some new characters. Yamcha, Tien are coming out in this game. So exciting to have, long-loved characters like Yamcha and Tien in the game, right? I mean, like...
Characters you've known and loved for many years.
One of them with, like, claw fighting stance. The other one with the third eye, it's awesome stuff there. So
sure
Yamcha
is.
and Tien are there. But they've also gotten Toriyama to create a brand new character just for this game in Android 21. And if this character is not playable, I will riot. Because they basically made this character for me.
Yeah.
It's a chick with glasses, a redhead, and she's got a lab coat on. Like, I'm just like, okay, you just made a character for me.
She's very, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. I tend not to super care about how characters look in games.
Oh, he supervised. So Toriyama didn't design it, but he supervised it. Gotcha.
But I think she actually looks really cool. I gotta tell you.
I
like it a lot.
I'm definitely a fan of the character design. Redhead with glasses and the lab coat. I mean, come on.
I mean, that's doesn't matter to me, but I still think she looks cool, even though I don't have some fetish for her.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, I know, like, everyone thinks that I have a fetish for Cammy. That's never why I picked the character.
Right.
But, like, this character, it's like, you put glasses on a chick, and it's just like, okay, I'm in there, basically. So, okay. But, yeah, really hope she's playable, dude. Really hope she does turn out to be playable. If not, then, hopefully she's just a boss character, eventually becomes playable kind of situation. So, Raiden was announced.
Raiden!
With the alternate skin of the Black Lightning skin. What do you think of Raiden so far?
Well, that's my turn to talk and not eat. All right,
Why do you think you see what my tactic was there?
Genius.
What do you think of Raiden?
Yeah, let me know how... By the way, I've been asked to ask you how you feel about the juiciness content. What are your thoughts? Does it need more or less?
I mean, it tastes amazing, and like I can't even notice any juiciness content because I'm just happy right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I like it. It's nice and moist. I like the moist factor of it.
Like the fillings could be liquidier or less liquid.
Well, we're just gonna have to take another bite.
Please do. Let me know. I got to give feedback to the chef. So I think Raiden looks really, really cool. He looks his gameplay looks more interesting than I guess was worried he might, because I feel like Sub-Zero had not the most interesting transfer over to Injustice 2 compared to MKX. But I really like what they did with Raiden. We haven't seen him on stream yet, but we have seen the preview video. And he has the Master of Storm stuff, the projectiles.
That made me happy.
I'm really happy that they're bringing that back, because that was really rarely used in MKX.
It was
rarely
underdeveloped, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably wasn't that great, but in any case, people didn't really do much with it. So I hope that is cool this time. He has a lot of mobility. He seems to have good mix-ups. I feel like he's going to be a good character to counter stuff. So
his super animation is also really sick, by the way.
Yes, it is a really, really good super animation, for sure. Mm-hmm. A lot of people in the NRS scene were unhappy that Raiden was coming because they wanted this game to not be about MK characters. They wanted DC characters, right? Mm-hmm. But as soon as that super happened, nobody that I've seen has said anything negative about the character anymore, because that super is so sick. And Black Lightning has its own
variation. It was nice that they actually did that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Very cool.
Well done, NRS. Well done.
For sure. So, just from looking at his moveset, I'm interested to see if he counters some important characters.
Okay.
Maybe Deadshot, because he has a fast teleport to the other side.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Maybe Deadshot. Maybe Captain Cold for the same reason. Mm-hmm. Some characters already have teleports, of course, but they're, not that fast. Mm-hmm. Like Darkseid's is pretty good, but it's not, good enough to, counter,
Right.
Deadshot, but
that thing is telegraphed a
little telegraphed.
Away. Yeah.
And for Scarecrow it's even worse. So Raiden seems fast, so maybe he'll counter some characters. We'll see.
I liked him a lot, and I'm surprised that I do, but I like him a lot.
Mm-hmm. So, but like you said, I feel like a lot of NRS people felt the same way, basically.
Definitely agree. While we're talking about NRS, just briefly mention a patch is, I forget if it's coming out or if it's already out. I didn't play Injustice today, so I don't know, but I think it's soon. It's the October update, and it has no balance patches for the characters. No balance patches for the characters. It has some fixes to bugs, and a couple of them impact gameplay, but probably not that much.
Right.
Some of the interactables are changed, like just a little bit, you know.
Did they give Catwoman her armor back?
No, they did not. They did not. So I think that's very interesting because that's a sign that they're happy with where the game is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, E-League is coming up in about a month now, and some people were speculating that they would want the game to be changed before that, but clearly not. Clearly not. They're happy with it.
I mean, I haven't obviously been paying attention to it as much as you have,
yeah.
But I think the game is in a great place right now. I really like how the game is playing right now.
I agree with you. The only thing that I've heard some people say is that they're not happy that you need to have more than one character, and I think that is true. In fact, and this is something that, you know, it's not like a new idea to me. In fact, Wonder Chef has been talking about it a lot. It seems like a game that is designed to be counterpick heavy. Like that. It's an intentional design decision. It's not just that here's a bunch of characters. Some of them will be good against everybody. Some of them won't be good against anybody. Like whatever happens. No, it seems like characters have intentionally designed counters because a lot of the matchups feel like they are lopsided one way or the other. And some characters who I feel like are bad in some contexts seem really good in other contexts. I feel like Captain Cold gets his butt kicked by quite a few characters, but seems to deal well with Catwoman and maybe a couple of other characters too, which is an important one, obviously. I feel like Swamp Thing gets destroyed by Deadshot and Dr. Fate and stuff, but I think he beats a lot of characters who want to play footsies or want to pressure him. You know, things like that. So it's a hard game to know where to put somebody in the tiers. Because it feels like characters are just like about utility. You know, I don't feel like you can play one character and get away with it. Even somebody like Catwoman doesn't really do that now. The closest may be Deadshot, but if Raiden counters him, then maybe that's not viable as much anymore.
I do agree. I think Raiden looks really cool. I think we should talk... Wait, what were you talking about? I'm sorry.
Are you distracted by the pie?
I think the moistness is fine, by the way.
Okay, that's what I think too. But some matchups seem like they're 7-3 lopsided. I don't know if there are that many of those, but some of them certainly do seem like that. Yeah. Like I said, Swamp Thing I think is really, really tough versus Deadshot.
Okay.
But there's a lot of characters who I think he does really well against. Some characters I think don't have like lopsided stuff. I feel like Scarecrow deals pretty well with almost everybody. But I also don't think he dunks anybody.
Right, exactly.
So he's like kind of middle-ish, you know.
So if you're one of those people who does want to be a one-character specialist, you've got a few characters in your bucket.
Yeah,
in your bucket. Honestly, outside of like Captain Cold, like I don't even know who would be someone who could consider beating Catwoman, right? So it's like literally you have this character who can handle almost everyone except for Captain Cold, so find someone who can find Captain Cold. Right?
But she's one of the best characters, so maybe she does beat some characters badly, but you know, Scarecrow I don't think beats anybody badly. I think a lot of characters are in that kind of position. So I like that a lot. But some people don't. They'd rather have just one character. For them it's probably a tough game to play.
Right.
So yep.
Cool. Okay.
Can I really tell my girl that James thinks her pie is too moist? Yeah, that's hilarious, but also yeah. Funny. In fact, I'll tell her that joke because it's pretty funny.
Okay.
Good job.
Well, anything else to say about...
Hayate Robin is like one of the very few people who was doing good work with a character that probably shouldn't be. I don't think Robin is bad, but I do think he's a situational guy.
Okay.
And yet there's Hayate consistently making top 8. You know, fourth at Evo, right?
Was he fourth?
Wasn't he fourth? He was maybe he was fifth, but he was definitely one of those. And he just did well at top 4 at the Injustice Pro Series Finals. So he's an unusual case. Well, he's also really good, and he did the same thing with Takeda in the previous game. So.
Right.
Takeda, excuse me.
God. With the Shirai Ryu.
Shirai Ryu Takeda.
Anything else you want to say about Injustice?
Fun game.
Other characters being announced besides just the Dragon Ball and the Injustice ones were Monster Hunter, Winter Soldier, Black Widow, and Venom were confirmed for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Mm-hmm.
This news upsets me greatly.
Oh, yeah?
Due to my OCD.
Okay.
Because this is now an imbalance between Capcom and Marvel characters.
How do you know?
Right. There is the potential that Black Widow could be the boss from Saturday Night Slam Masters 2.
Maybe she's an unknown boss from a game that came out 20 years ago. What do you think about that?
I mean, it would make sense
30
because
years
Hager's
ago.
in the game, so you put in Hager's boss in the game. Be hella funny if they actually did that.
Hagar's been in a lot of games since
Yeah.
then. People know Hagar, relatively speaking. Yeah. That character
Wait, you're talking about nobody knows Black Widow, the wrestler from Saturday Night Slam Masters 2?
Whoa!
Yeah.
So that's unlikely.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's weird. That's going to be 1 Capcom and 3 Marvel characters. So how's the character select going to work? Like, is it going to be uneven? Is it going to uneven? Because, like, Street Fighter V already triggers me when they add 1 character and not the others, and there's just this empty chunk in the character select screen. So, curious how this is going to work out. Really, really curious. The crust is amazing, by the way. The crust is so good.
Do you mean the bottom crust or the streusel on top?
Like this part right here. Like
the big old
I like
crust.
I like pie crust, basically.
Yeah,
I'm
agreed.
a fan of pie crust.
I think that this crust is a little bit too what's the word? Dense.
Dense.
It's not flaky enough. But that's just because she had the crust.
You are definitely dating a baker.
Yeah. She had the dough frozen for a while.
Okay.
And this is just the test kit.
So I'm just like, this is
Test
amazing, dude. I'm down with it, dude.
Could be better.
But yeah, that's kind of cool.
It's really tasty.
Winter Soldier, Monster Hunter. Of course, we've seen footage of, and Monster Hunter
She looks cool.
I mean, they said that it looks like they just took her model straight out of the Monster Hunter game, and that's why she looks. I mean, she doesn't even look like she's in the same game. Like the picture I saw of her was on the character select screen. Her teammate was Morgan, and I was looking at them, and I was just like, no,
Yeah.
these characters are not from the same game. No.
She's got a cool swordish thing. It's like a big old dragon
Like
skull or
ridiculous
something.
armor that like armors through everything, dude. That thing, it was so sick, dude. That character looks really, really cool. And if that kind of love is put into Winter Soldier, Black Widow, and Venom, like,
I hope Venom is like Arakune, please.
yeah, I mean,
That would be so cool.
I don't want them to. I hope they treat Venom like they did to Thanos. It's like a lot of the other characters, obviously because a lot of them were ported directly from 3, were just true to what they were. But even in 3, they were pretty true to what they were in the previous games, right? Thanos, they were just like, you know what, whatever. He's going to be a completely different new character. He's going to be a completely brand new
he's not
character.
the same guy at all.
Yeah, they don't care about him going charging forward with this weird laser spike on his hand, and like, because he was kind of lame in the Marvel superhero
I thought
game.
it was cool. In the Marvel 2, I don't know how the previous games were, but
Right,
in Marvel 2, all the startups to his specials looked the same, so you didn't know it was coming out.
Oh, yeah.
That was like mildly interesting.
He had the bubble.
The bubble.
Then dash up roundhouse. Bubble. Dash up roundhouse. Bubble. Like, see, look, this is like one of the most beloved fighting games of all time. If that game came out right now and Thanos Dash Roundhouse Bubble Infinite existed, do you know how mad people would be? Like, oh, this game, these people are the worst. Don't they ever queue it? And like, that was discovered on like day 2 of like one of the most beloved fighting games of all time. Because back then that shit happened and you were just like,
it's a
whatever,
era.
and then it didn't even matter in the end
It's a
because
different
it
era,
sucked,
you know?
right?
Yeah, it didn't even matter after all. But yeah, I think it'd be really cool if Venom had some Arakune in him.
Yeah, if they decide to just go completely brand new on him and just do something crazy with him.
I hope he jumps the shark. See, that's a joke, because jumping the shark is a saying that people use when something has gone too far.
Right.
But also, Arakune has a shark that jumps.
Does he?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was Zato. Yeah, good job. But, you know, I'll be interested to see how those characters play. I can't wait till we see more footage of them. I would like some word on when they come out and everything like that, but we'll see.
We'll see. Let's move on.
They also, Arika, showed off 2 new characters added to Fighting EX Layer, or whatever the game is going to be called, still named tentative. They've showed more footage of Alan Snyder, who looks sillier than he's ever looked before. And then they also showed Doctrine Dark. It's all about the dancing children. Let's do this. No, me and my friends used to always make fun of that because he would say, what was it? What was his supers? One was Kill Trump and the other was like something or other like that. No, the super really was named Kill Trump. Actually, now that you mention that, it's actually kind of funny. Never even thought about it.
Looks like I'm playing Doctor Dark.
Yeah, but it sounded like he said it sounded like he said children, and the other one sounded like he said he was dancing. So it was like dancing children. Like when you canceled into each other, that's what it always sounded like to me. So
what is Kill Trump supposed to mean?
I don't know. It was Japanese. They name it. I mean, like Indurai Bashi. I mean, like what the hell is that supposed to mean?
Oh, I don't know.
Dude, you can't look up Kill Trump and Doctrine Dark and actually find what you think you're going to find, huh?
Doctrine Dark, here's a video.
Okay.
Doctrine Dark, 2 Excel to SC Kill Trump. 29 hit combo. Sure enough.
There you go, dude. Well, I'm totally flagged now, dude. I'm done. It's nice hanging out with you, David.
Busted.
This might be the last Tuesday show. Oh, Dan. Yeah, he
Super
was like, you're
busted.
Done. You're done.
Kill Trump. That's the name of
What was
his...
the other super...
According to
Dark Shackle.
strategywiki.org,
Yes.
the Street Fighter EX thing on there, he has 2 supers. One is called Dark Shackle, and the other one is called Kill Trump.
I have known that name of that super for so long.
What?
It never, ever crossed my mind at how funny that sounds today. Dark Shackle and Kill Trump. So Doctrine Dark is the hero that we need.
Is there like some thing about the story of him? Does he... Because Donald Trump was obviously a known dude back in the day.
No, but I mean, I think it just means like Trump, like you're trumping somebody, right? Like it's like a kill Trump, you know? Like you're not just trumping them, but it's death on top of that.
Could be.
Dude, it doesn't make any... Dude, there was a carnival hook kick and a rolling crystal flash. Like, no one...
That's true. That's pretty nonsensical.
Yeah, I mean, like...
I heard that Trump is a slang word for fart in the UK.
Really?
Yeah, I heard that. I don't know if that's true, though. Let me know, UKEs.
Right.
All right.
Trump card, yeah, exactly, so... But yeah, they announced Alan Snyder and Doctrine Dark. Doctrine Dark has always been a really, really strong character, and I actually kind of excited to see what they do with him. So the
game seems very interesting so far. I love the cards idea. Mm-hmm. You know, I think that's very.
I hope they can implement it right, because if it's anything like Cross Tech and Gems,
no, I don't think it's going to be like that. I think it's
because they had trigger conditions too, right? Yeah. Like it was like, oh, do a throw to activate it, and stuff like that.
They're chosen on the character select screen, so it's not like you don't know what the other person has.
Right, and also the question is how long is it going to take to pick the cards, though? You know what I mean? Because if it eventually gets to the point where there's 100 cards, it's just going to be like.
You never know. I hope it's not that stupid, but we'll see. Yeah.
You know, like that. So. All right.
What do we got next? What's going on here?
On that Dragon Ball thing as well, you know, they revealed a little bit more about the story mode where you actually get to see them talking to Android 21 and stuff like that. So
I was so disappointed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you baited me too because I was with you at the time. You're like, oh look, they have footage of Android 21. And I was like, and then it was the story mode.
I hadn't watched it yet.
Mm-hmm.
I saw on Twitter there was a link with the little video. And I clicked on it very excitedly, and I told you before I even watched it. And I was like, check it out, James! And we both watched it. And I fast-forwarded it, and I fast-forwarded it, and sure enough, no gameplay at all. Just story.
That's why you're giving me pie, to make up for that. Also, Tekken 7 had a balance patch that came out recently that changed a few small minor things. Like they nerfed one of Xiao Yu's moves, and they nerfed... I think they nerfed something that Dragunov had. I think they made a snake edge a little bit slower,
really?
etc., etc. But overall, not a lot of huge balance changes. I know they also nerfed like Kasumi's down forward 1, which is super good. They shortened its range a little bit, so some of her combos actually got changed as well. But don't know the full ramifications of those changes just yet. I haven't been keeping up long enough to know what a lot of people are saying about it. So, dude, they showed off and Sega revealed that they have a new Virtual On game coming out. It's weird because it's like these people, like these like anime kids running around with like things and like they like I don't know if it's virtual or whatever. Like it's weird, but it's a new Virtual On by Sega, so like that's kind of exciting. That's actually kind of neat. So I'm definitely interested in seeing how that turns out.
Sounds good.
So, we talked about Monster Hunter already. It's funny because in Yakuza Kiwami 2, they're actually going to have a playable Virtual Fighter 2 and Virtual On in the game. That's fun. So they're just going to hide that in there. That's kind of cool. We talked about Doctrine Dark. Art of Fighting is now available on the Nintendo Switch eShop.
What? Cool.
The original Art of Fighting. That game was so terrible.
They're bringing it all the way back, huh?
Dude, that game was like, hey, we have zoom-in technology, so when fighters get close to each other, let's just zoom them in so they fill the whole screen to make it look as cool as possible.
Mission accomplished.
Clearly. Yes, a new Virtual On. People were talking about that. Like, I'm excited too. Let's see here. I actually read that Team Ninja's gonna finally stop releasing DLC for Dead or Alive.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because I mean, seriously, that game is like 19 years old and they have not stopped releasing DLC.
People buy it, then that's cool.
Yeah.
Congrats to them.
But I guess they're gonna finish finally Dead or Alive 5 last round and they're gonna stop. I wonder if that means they're working on a new one. Could be. So. Street Fighter 5 just went on to a maintenance because they added a new stage and a bunch of new costumes.
I saw.
The new stage is a recreation of Cammy's Super Turbo stage.
Okay.
Which is super, super cool. I haven't heard the remix theme, but I was like, man, seeing that stage brings back so much nostalgic memory of Super Turbo because no one ever played Cammy, and so you were always fighting on that stage.
Yeah, and ST, if you got on a stage, you would not change the stage until that character whose stage that was lost.
Yep, and if no one ever used that character, you were on that stage.
Yeah,
and so it was always that or Mexico.
Yeah, basically T-Hawk and Cammy stages. Also, I think the game just like naturally started out there more often.
Yeah. No, there was a fixed order. There was a couple of fixed orders, and Cammy was always early.
Yeah, same with Hawk.
In one of the orders. So, like, you would just run into Cammy stage, and that's it. It would just be there forever. Yes. But that stage looks beautiful.
I haven't seen it yet. It looks cool.
I like Death by Poke. How is it going to be banned?
Right?
What's wrong with it? Exactly.
That's cool. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, it looks so nice. Because, I mean, it's like they just took it and just said... Dimension,
really?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Right,
it's so pretty. And the people in the chat were saying that even the Cammy remix theme on it sounds really, really good too.
Okay, nice.
So I like this trend of them recreating all the old Street Fighter 2 stages. I think it's really cool.
Safe bet.
Yeah, I think that's super
There were some
cool.
good stages.
But also, there's a whole bunch of new costumes. Cammy actually has some costumes that don't suck.
Fang has a new costume.
And Dhalsim's costume is actually kind of sick.
Agreed.
Like, I feel like that's kind of like an homage to Killer Instinct, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
The Mummy.
Sure is Conraj.
But
yeah, Fangs is cool too. And that's nice.
Yeah, but you know what? I just kept thinking, like, before this announcement, how much I was like, you know what? We need, like, 3 more Chun-Li costumes. And
preferably ones where she's not entirely clothed.
Yeah, and then they finally did that.
They delivered on that?
God.
Did they really?
That sleepover costume, I don't know what the hell is going on with that costume. It is just like the grossest thing ever.
I don't like it, but...
I don't understand it. I don't get it at all.
What are you going to do?
I don't get it at all, seriously.
What are you going to do?
Bison costume is interesting. I mean, he doesn't look like Bison anymore. That's my biggest problem with it, but, like, it just looks... like he's just Beelzebub or whatever, you know. And so
cool looking.
Birdie got a costume.
Oh, I haven't seen Birdie's.
Birdie got a costume. He's like a evil.
Do you have a list of things up there?
He's like yeah, I do. Do you want to check?
Yeah, I just want to see what they look like.
Like he looks like one of those evil butchers with a pig face mask or something like that.
Okay, cool.
You know?
Evil pig face butcher guy.
Exactly. let's bring this up, shall we? There we go. Window region.
There's Chun-Li on a stage you'll never see her play on.
Mm-hmm. So that's one of the Chun-Li costumes.
Okay.
Let's see here. So there's the bison. Can I click on these? Yeah, there we go.
Oh no, it's not perfect.
Oh no. Let me redo this. Yoink. There we go.
Yeah, he looks cool.
So there's Bison right there. There's Birdie.
Ah, okay.
Evil pig butcher.
That's cool. He's an ogre.
Yes. Is that what that is?
I don't know.
Then that's the Cole Dawson one right there.
Yeah, that one is cool. Yeah, I guess he's kind of like an Icarus, kind of ranged.
I don't know why they just don't turn them into like the Darkstalkers characters. How have they not thought of that yet?
I don't know. But I think this guy looks pretty cool. He's got poison there.
He's got like a bug in his sleeve.
No, that's it's a vial.
Oh, is that what it is?
I believe it's green vial.
So he's like an evil doctor, basically.
Yeah. He's like giving the undead disease to everybody.
Okay, and then of course Urian gets to look like Gil.
Yeah.
Which probably means Gil will never show up in the game.
Yep.
But
it's a nice looking costume though.
Yeah, for sure.
And then back to this guy.
Yep. So there's those guys there. And then they decided to say, you know what? Let's give some more costumes. I actually like this Minot costume. I think it's actually creative that instead of an orb, she has a book. So she like attacks you with a spell book, basically.
Okay, actually that is kind of cool. So the rest of the costume looks like everything ever. But...
Well, because it's part of the school series of costumes.
Is that still happening?
I guess they're adding more to it because guess what? Ed is the same thing.
Wow, he looks like the guy from Bully.
I never played that.
I didn't play it either, actually, but I remember the game.
And then, of course, Cammy gets one as well, but at least it looks decent.
I guess. It just looks like everything else.
Yeah, but it's like all of her costumes up to this point have been awful, so I'm actually okay with that. I'm okay with having it look decent.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then they decided to make a couple of more Cammy ones.
That's already her thing? Is that new?
That's new, because that's more like socks instead of stockings, and she's got like this coat, and like she's got the little lightning symbol on her, I guess.
Huh, alright.
But then they did a throwback to Street Fighter 4's alternate costume, and they brought back the snow costume.
Boy, if you hadn't told me that these were alternates, I really would have thought that they were just her costumes.
Really?
Yeah. That's cool, though.
Oh, man. And then...
What do we got?
And guess what? A new Chun-Li. I mean, this is an Interpol costume, which is kind of interesting.
It's an Interpol costume?
I think so. I think that's what it's supposed to be. A costume undercover Chun-Li.
Undercover
so
Chun-Li.
Akiman, one of the original artists, had a bunch of artwork for Chun-Li. So they went back and found that artwork, and they tried to make characters based off of that. The second one, unfortunately... Well, actually, this is the relaxing beachwear. So now she has two beachwear.
Well, why not?
Why not? And then there's this. And I don't even know what this is supposed to be.
What do you think is up with the camera there? Go back to the previous one. Alright, go back. Alright, maybe it's... I don't know. I feel like there's like something
weird about it, right? Yeah,
Anyway. Yeah, she's got a thing on.
She's like wearing Crocs. Like, why is she wearing Crocs?
That's what people sleep in where Akiman comes from, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know what the hell is up with this costume, but this costume...
Yeah, it's...
It needs to be taken out.
It's hard to figure out.
Yeah,
it's hard to figure out what that is.
It just needs to be removed from the game.
It's supposed to be sleepwear, yes, but... You know, I...
Shrug.
I don't know what to tell you guys. That's how it's... It's supposed to be a Chinese Dudou. Do you know what that is?
No idea. Oh, I've seen someone else mention that too, actually. Okay. Yeah, but I don't think that still fixes anything, frankly.
Now I'm going to look up what one of those looks like. And I will be the judge. Okay. Oh, you're going to do it too?
No, I haven't yet.
Well, here's a picture of a guy wearing one. I don't know why that came up so quickly. Maybe it's either gender kind of thing. I don't know.
Oh, could be.
Well, if that's what she's supposed to have on, then I don't know what to say about that. Because it doesn't really look like it.
Okay. Shoot, someone sent me a link of something and I didn't click on it. And I forgot what it was. Anyways, let's see. Brawlhalla U.S. Regional Qualifiers is going to be on September 30th and October 7th. Again, that game is doing really well on Steam, if I'm not mistaken. And there's a lot of money involved with that. What are you laughing about now?
I could just see your eyes looking at my screen full of the Chinese girls and Dudous. It doesn't look very comfortable to sleep in.
But the weird thing about it is that it actually looks much better there in all these pictures. But I'm sure these are designed to be sexier or something like that. But, like, I don't know.
What do you think about this guy? He's wearing it pretty well, I think.
Yeah, dude, he's pretty hot, dude. So, Brawlhalla U.S. Regional Qualifiers on September 30th and October 7th. This, of course, let's see, the West one is going to be on September 29th. East one is going to be on, they're both on September 29th. And remember, this is all part to compete for a pool of $100,000.
Very cool.
Yep, so there you go. So definitely do not miss that. We talked about this. Oh, that's right. Them's Fighting Herds has a beta out now.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Them's Fighting Herds has an official beta out yet. I should be able to pick that up, too, because I was part of their Kickstarter.
Sweet.
So I'll have to take a look at that, see if I can actually grab that. So, but if you actually did help fund Them's Fighting Herds, which is what My Little Pony MLP Fighting is Magic became eventually. A lot of cool ideas in that game. My favorite was the music thing that they had, where the stage would have a generic theme, but then depending on the character that would start winning, it would like transform into their version of the song. And then if the other person started winning, it would transition to theirs. Like, I just think that that's like really, really cool.
Absolutely right.
Them's Fighting Herds, yeah. So, actually, really cool looking. That was also a game that Mike Z lent them their fighting game engine.
That's right.
Because he basically said if they got enough for their Kickstarter for like extra characters, that they would lend Them's Fighting Herds for like their fighting game engine. So, really excited about that.
Cool.
Just as a little bit of news, Silent Scope, basically the strongest Cammy player in ST in the country right now. I mean, he honestly is. He's been also doing a series of videos on CVS2.
Oh.
Like, he's just like, here's N Groove, here's S Groove,
oh, really?
here's C Groove, and stuff like that. So I joked, and he kind of got mad about this. I was like, your video should just be, go read James's FAQ.
Dang.
And he was like, nobody reads anything anymore.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I know. That's why I was kind of joking. And he's like, oh, yeah, I didn't notice the smiley face. I'm sorry.
You guys are talking about this on Twitter?
Yeah, on Twitter. Yeah.
On written Twitter?
Twits, yeah,
You had to read his response.
What?
People read and write, James.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Okay. Apparently there's a Hori wired pad for the Nintendo Switch. So
cool.
We can actually talked about that, but I don't know. They have a review on it, so I'm just going to read about this and see what they say about it. But also, the last thing, and this one's actually is concerning to me, and this one is actually kind of makes me sad, is that Punko just recently had a tweet that went out and basically said, I have to stop. I can't compete anymore,
right.
And this might actually, and I can't compete probably next year either.
Right.
And he hasn't said why, and so we all honestly don't know what's going on. But it sounds like he's going to be MIA for a while. But he did say he wants to return. Like, he says, like, he has the intention and hope he can make it back. You know, some people said like maybe this has to do with him having to like join the military or something like that. You know, potentially, because I think everybody has to do that. Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know what the situation is. I don't know the details.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, I responded. I was just like, you know what? Do your thing. Take care of yourself. Whatever it is, we will just, you know, I say this to a lot of people when they disappear like this. It's just, we'll rate your return, warrior.
For sure.
You know, from Third Strike, you know. So.
He's a very talented guy, and I'm sorry to hear it. But if and when he does come back, I'm sure he'll be able to pick it up again.
Oh yeah, no question. Yeah. He's super talented. So.
But that is very unfortunate for sure.
Okay. That is all the news that I have.
I'm learning hitbox. You gave me your hitbox from...
Oh, cool. Did you actually manage to, upgrade, or did you have to do the update, the flashware or anything like that?
I haven't actually played with it yet.
Oh, okay.
All I've been doing so far is, literally... I'm doing other stuff, like watching something, and I just have it under my hands, and I'm trying to just,
to see how comfortable it is, see how ergonomic it is,
think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then I'll start actually learning it soon.
Okay.
But I'm building my own hitbox that is more ergonomically arranged with a little bit of splay. So this is a little bit of research as well. I'll make it. Basically, the hitbox thing is that I have tennis elbow, which I've talked about before, and I'll probably always have crap like that because it's happened so many times, and I'm not that old. Probably just some thing that I have to deal with long term. So I want to make it so that I have as many ergonomic things as possible, and I think that hitbox can be more ergonomic than a joystick.
Yeah.
So that's the goal.
I mean, even on the plane, I've seen you've been designing that thing for a while now.
Whenever I have a little bit of free time, I'm working on it. I'm basically done with it now. Yeah.
Okay.
I found a website online that will print out. It will laser cut and print out wood.
Oh, I see.
So I've basically designed all the little pieces of wood and where they're gonna fit and stuff.
Where the screw holes are and all that stuff like that.
I'm gonna glue it together. But,
you're gonna glue it together. Okay.
Yeah, okay. It's gonna be. There's a lot of little thin things that mesh together. So yeah, probably print that out soon.
Do want to mention that coming up this week is going to be the Milan Games Week tournament. Assuming it takes place in Milan, Italy. Yes, and it is a Tekken World Tour Europe Challenger event. I guess Challenger. I don't know if that's Premier or Ranking. Also this weekend is the Game Tyrant Expo, which is going to be a... actually, I don't have any details on this, unfortunately. I don't really have any more information on that. But also this weekend is the Fall Classic.
Yeah.
Fall Classic taking place this weekend in North Carolina. That's the event that is run by L.I. Joe, Big E, and... Larry Shinblanca. That's going to be taking place this weekend. Also, the Treta Championship is going to be this weekend. This is in Brazil. It is a Capcom Pro Tour Latin America ranking event. Northwest Majors is also this weekend as well in Seattle. This has been going on for quite some time as well. It's going to be Street Fighter V, Tekken, and Injustice as well.
I think they have Marvel Infinite also, and that's going to be an interesting one to watch.
Champ has won that every single year.
He
basically has always won that.
But Jabril, who just made top 8 at SoCal Regionals, is from that area. So.
And according to GTO Kira...
Did I say he won SoCal Regionals? Did I just know? No, he got top 8.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There's a European Regionals this weekend for Street Fighter V, which is also a Soul Stone tournament for MvCI. There you go. Okay, that is Milan. That is the Milan Games Week. So it's not just a Tekken World Tour Europe Challenger. It is also the Street Fighter V Premier event and MvCI Stone event.
Cool.
So there you go.
So Space Stone, right? What was that? You get to switch spots?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You get to move yourself in the bracket at one point in time in the tournament somewhere in the same level. You can't be like, oh, they're ahead, I'm swapping over there, right?
Right. So this is part of the Battle for the Stones, Battle of whatever it's called, Battle of Stones?
Battle for the Stones, I think it is.
Okay, whatever. The premier events for Marvel Infinite, each one gives you a stone, which allows you to change the rules in some way for the final tournament.
And
so we know the Space Stone now.
Space Stone, so yeah, that was revealed.
SACTAC has it.
Right, because Champ is already qualified. But, the jokes that started coming out, were just amazing. They were saying the reality stones is, you find out you're going to earn more money, through a day job and stuff like that. People were coming up with some amazing jokes about these stones, about what they would do. So.
Well, I feel like it's realistic to expect that Soul Stone means that you can stay alive once more.
Right, you can come back into the bracket somehow.
I feel like you can be doubly limited and still live. And I feel like one of the stones should make it so that you can ban the other person's
one of their characters.
Yeah, I think that's a cool one. That one feels like it's cool enough, but
real.
fair enough. You know what I mean? To like not be like silly.
Yeah, like maybe that's mind, and then maybe like power is like you're so strong that the other guy has to beat you more than you have to beat him.
Right.
So like in what's normally a 3 out of 5, maybe you only need to win 2.
Yeah.
The other person still needs to win 3.
Oliver said he just wants to have it so that you punch the other guy, and the other guy has to play while being concussed. Of course, Oliver would suggest that, right?
Dang, he believes that he can concuss somebody, huh? Wow, nice work, Oliver. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll find all those out.
I think it's actually kind of neat. I think it's cute. I think
cool
it's cool. I think it's cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's sick and it's creative.
It is both of those.
Yes. All right. That's all I have. Anything else that you want to talk about in these long weeks that since we've done this on a Tuesday? I just want to play some more Marvel, dude.
All I've had to eat today is kugel, which is a Jewish dish.
I was about to say poor Paul.
Yeah, it's like a sweet noodle thing that has raisins in it. I don't know how to explain it at all. It's very tasty. I had that, and now I have bad pie. That's been my
bad pie.
No, now I've had pie.
Oh, I thought you said and now
also
bad
I
pie.
ate strawberries. That's my entire day today.
That's crazy. I don't know how you did that.
I don't know. Didn't really mean to, but I did.
Yeah, dude. I ate so much food in Toronto. Like I got some P-mail bacon, but then Smug made us all go to Popeyes, and I ended up with like popcorn shrimp from Popeyes. Then I ate pizza because that's what they served us in the thing, and then I got a bunch of Timbits from Tim Hortons.
At least that's something Canadian.
God, P-mail bacon apparently is Canadian,
right.
So,
but Popeyes is definitely.
I ate so much damn food over there. Ugh, I need to kick it off of food again, but you know it's all good. Not with this pie here right now. So.
The pie's yours, by the way. You get to keep it.
The rest of this?
Yeah. It's not allowed back in our house.
Really? So you won't eat it, basically, right?
You can throw it away. It's fine.
No, I am 100% eating. I am 100% eating the rest of this pie. You understand? I still need to commission your girlfriend for a carrot cake one of these days.
Yeah.
Because carrot cake is one of my favorite. Although I've told me that only old people love carrot cake, and I was just like,
I like carrot cake. Yeah, that's right. I'm old. That's right.
Oh man.
No, I didn't cook this pie. This pie was done by my girlfriend, who's a pastry chef, and one of her friends is going to get married, and her friend is going to have, rather than a cake, like a wedding cake, going to have a pie buffet. Because they don't like cake, apparently, which is strange. But, like, her friend doesn't like cake. The guy she's getting married to doesn't like cake. So they're going to have pies, and Kentley will make the pie.
Okay.
So she's trying out pie. She's, like, experimenting with pie, basically.
So how do you not like cake?
I don't know what to tell you.
Here's the thing, right? Like, I get it. Like, you don't like cake, right? But there's so many kinds of cake. And I can totally see why you don't like cake, like, if you haven't had, like, a lot of Asian cakes. Because Asian cakes are far less sweet than Western cakes. You know what I mean? So like, sometimes I can barely eat like wedding cakes because like I eat them and then the frosting you're just like god.
Sometimes it's like cloyingly, it like kind of hurts your mouth.
Yeah, like I almost feel like I'm gonna die like
for
because of the frost. But like you eat one of those like Chinese cakes and they're always like barely sweet. They have like fruit and like they're just like.
No, I'm with you. I'm not sure that the issue is sweetness because this pie is definitely sweet. I don't think they dislike sweetness. I'm not sure why they don't like cake.
Okay. Maybe they just hate.
Wow, durian cake.
That sounds gross.
It sure does.
Sounds gross.
How am I not 400 pounds? Yeah, this is why.
Yeah, and that's why I'm 200 pounds, right? So thanks, David.
Just... I don't have that big of a sweet tooth. I mean, I like sweet stuff, but I'll eat it and then think, ugh, I can't eat anymore. That's where I am right now. I cannot eat any more of that pie.
I will eat another slice before this night is done. I'll save the other slice, though. I'll save the other slice for another time.
Yeah, I basically just hand out pie and cake.
God damn it. Fuck.
I basically just give friends and family pie and cake pretty regularly.
I gained so much weight. I don't even know what to make of that comment, Milafune. I'm actually kind of mad about that.
What?
He says, James is only 200 pounds.
Boy. Dang. But yeah, we have like pretty regular. Like I brought muffins to some event recently. What was that? I don't know. But I feel like I show up to tournaments with muffins and cake and stuff. Mm-hmm. Not irregularly. I don't make pie. I have made pie, but it wasn't like a pastry chef quality pie. It was okay. Not great. Anyway.
Darren Aronofsky made pie.
Ah, yes. Famous IMDb filmmaker, Darren Aronofsky.
Yep. Creator of Requiem for a Dream, but he also made the movie Pi.
Okay, Pi.
Pi. That's right.
All right, I guess that's about it. I'm not traveling anywhere for a while, which is nice. It's not going to be until next month.
Okay.
Well, basically a full month.
Every time I'm actually here for a weekend, I think I always try to do something cool. So this weekend, I think I'm going to do it finally. I think I'm going to just have one day where I'm just going to do the Marvel, the Injustice, and the Tekken story mode. Woo! I'm just going to do all three of them.
That sounds awful.
It does.
For you.
Yeah, it does. But I think that'll be fun. So.
For other people.
All right.
All right. Enjoy your pie.
I guess you're going to take the fork back with you, right?
Oh, I probably should do that.
Okay, cool. All right. Oh, dang. It has been a very long time. I almost forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, bird times.
I almost forgot about that. Yes. Good call. Good call, people. Good call. Good call.
Yeah, I'll be streaming some Marvel Infinite. So, I feel like I say that, and then I never do. But I'm planning to stream a little bit, and partly with Top 8 at Evo, Adam Hart. I mean, Evo.
CEOtaku.
Actually, that is true. But also CEOtaku.
So you're going to play with him online, basically?
On the internet. And also 9th place at CEOtaku, Ski Sonic.
You're going to play with them?
He actually got 9th. Yeah. And
but you're also going to play with...
Tuboware.
And you're also going to play with...
Katana Prime. Also, I talked about playing Injustice with Tasty Steve.
Oh, yeah? Okay, cool.
And Rip.
Rip is playing Injustice?
You know, he played Injustice 1. He was a good Superman.
Oh, that's right. I remember that now. Yeah. Okay. All right, well, hope we do get to see that a lot more. I'll be continuing streaming Marvel all week long, so this is my week of Marvel. But to be honest with you, I really miss Tekken right now. I actually really, I have this urge to, play Tekken. So maybe I'll actually just do that, for the rest of the night or something like that, and then go back to Marvel.
Tekken and Pie.
Tekken and Pie. You sound like that SNL character, right? Didn't he always do that?
Making coffee.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Ski Sonic plays, I believe, Gamora Dante? Gamora somebody for sure.
Gamora's good, dude. I need to play her just so I know what her moves do.
She goes, bah, bah, bah,
right,
bah, bah,
but I need to understand how to control it and where the holes and the gaps and stuff like that are in there. So.
For sure.
Okay, anyways.
Okay.
All right, thanks guys for tuning in. Hope you guys are happy. We'll be back on Tuesday again, and we should be back regularly for a little bit. So.
Sorry, I was half an hour late. It took me an hour and 20 minutes to get here.
God, that's ridiculous.
Okay.
All right, see you guys later.
Sipping the juice.
That character was so annoying, dude.
I don't know why I was thinking about that.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Come on, dance, David.